Are you guys ready? We're almost there. I'm just checking to make sure everything is good. Yes. All right, we're just going to get started. We're not wasting any time today. We are not wasting any time today. Aloha, good morning, and howdy, y'all. Welcome to Let's Get Live. I am Doc. Today we have a special guest, so we're going to dive right in because we're going to talk about everyone's new favorite time suck. Not really a time suck, but we'll get into that. Today I have my special guest, Miss Liz. Let me show you Miss Liz's channel real quick. Liz Brousseau, as you say it. Some people don't know how to say her name, but I watch ice wrestling, a.k.a. hockey, so Brousseau is how you say it. And we do have a couple of y'all French-speaking people in my area, so hopefully Coach Frenchie will show up. But this is Liz's channel. We're going to be talking to her today, and she brings some good experience to the table that y'all might not know about. Let me unlock the interview mode, and we're going to dive in real quick. Hello, Liz. Aloha,
Hey.
as we say in my parts.
There's like a delay-ish in the video. Aloha, bonjour. Yeah, we don't say that where I live in Canada, though.
Bonjour. So you don't live in the Francophile side of Canada? Is that the right word? Francophone.
No, I'm by the mountains.
Oh, you're a mountain climber. Nice. Okay, so if you are listening to the actual video, yeah, it's going to be off by a lot. This one should catch up sooner or later as far as the interview mode goes. But let's look real quick, say what's up to folks that are popping in here. I think Barbara's relatively new to these areas. So if you are new, in the comments down there, make sure you type new. If you are watching this on replay, make sure you type replay squad or something of that nature to let us know. So that way we can chime in and help each other out and say hello to you. Good morning, Mr. David. This guy right here, David Hunt, beautiful singer. And then Chris Wood, good to see you, Woody. Let's see. Steve is here. He says afternoon, morning. Konnichiwa, kombucha. Kim and I like to speak Japanese to each other. And then there's Johanna. That's a good Hawaii song I've been meaning to send to her. And I see everyone else. Oh, this one. This is the person you got to meet, Liz. You will love Michelle. Michelle is absolutely the most hilarious person on the planet, and she has so much energy. When you look up like swaggy diva in the dictionary, there's a picture of Michelle with her fans. Oh, where's my fan? This is Michelle right here. You got to have the fan. It has to make that noise. Making that noise is the key to success. Okay, aloha, Hector. Good to see you here. And what's up, my attorney? Nobody do anything dumb. I can sue you. So thank you, Barbara, for joining the party. Mr. Raleigh's World, good to see you. Love Krieger, good to see you here, brother. Brock is a new-ish. That's cool. I like it. All right, gang. So we're gonna dive in today, and I brought Liz on to talk to us about everybody's world favoriteest time suck because people haven't quite figured it out. But if you ever go into a room and you hear this bright, sprightly, energetic voice keeping everybody on mission and talking and bringing out the best in their conversation, it's the hostess with the mostest, Mrs. Clubhouse herself, Liz. And I've been in so many rooms with Liz, and I was like, man, I got to get her on because she does a great job of like working that room, keeping it, going. First of all, Liz, that is a skill in and of itself. But before we dive all the way into Clubhouse, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Oh my gosh, what do you want to know? I'm a mama. I have 2 kids. I have a construction company with my husband, so that's probably why. That's where the keep things going, I think,
really?
comes from.
I would never think of Liz just because of the way you run the room is such posh and elegance that you have a construction company. Not that that's a bad thing, that's because nobody knows I work in the wood shop. Like I make things all day long with tools and hammer and glue, and I just don't look like a wood shop kind of guy. I got the beard, but
I know that's my thing that I love to surprise people with. I'm like, guess who has excavators? This girl. Yeah, that's my funny fact. But yeah, I love YouTube. I'm super crazy passionate about this idea that every single person has a light to shine in the world. And when we shine that light, we make the world a better place. And I just think if I can show up and help people, get out there, whether it's creating YouTube content or facilitating them being able to speak in a Clubhouse room now, then, they're getting out there, they're shining their light, they're getting courage, and they're going to go and do amazing things.
That is so true. So my mission is straight up. It's crazy, but I'm going to do it. I don't care what it takes. My mission is I want to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people. And I believe that it's done through storytelling. When I went to college in Japan, what got me so hooked on the place is the fact that they have a deep, rich, history, but it's documented. Okay, it's funny for us because as the United States, we are 250-ish years old almost. I can't add real quick, but anyway, not that old. As a country goes with the rest of the planet per se. So even I knew this. I mean, everyone knows this, right? We don't think about it though. So when you go to Japan and they start talking to you about you're standing in a building that's 3,000 years old, and I was like, what? 3,000? Like, how do I process that? So it was kind of funny. So and then been to Egypt, I've been to the Middle East and things like that. So seeing the center of the world, so to speak, and you hear these stories, and I would just get wrapped in these stories, and I was like, man, this is the thing that I think the world is missing because we watch TV. But that's not always stories, We watch movies, but we see them as entertainment. We don't necessarily pay attention to the story behind it. And once I moved to Hawaii, which is also very deep in its culture and its history and its stories, when you sit around and you listen to these just not even decent orators, just OGs, and meaning old people. It's weird to say that now that I'm becoming one. Just to sit around and listen to stories of OGs, I could get wrapped with an OG all day. Like I could go to Starbucks, get a coffee, kick it with an old person, and have them talk to me about the 30s, and I'm like, tell me more, Ralph.
I know. We had heard a story. We were talking to an OG in the mountains where-ish I live by Banff, Canada, if that gives you guys a landmark.
That's where they ski,
and
right?
He was talking, he's lived in the mountains, the deep mountains. He was 95 years old. And he was telling me and my husband the story of how they used to move houses from Banff to Canmore down the frozen river pulled by horses.
Wait, can you imagine that? The entire house?
They would move a house. I mean, the houses were probably smaller back in, I don't know, 1908, who knows? But they would put them on the ice on the river and pull them with horses. And he's telling me this story. And I was like, what did you do for fun when you were a kid? Well, we raced our horses down Main Street.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine just like busting out a
No.
horse and right now and just cruising down the street? That
I
was,
know.
hey, you know
I
what? It
know.
would be traffic. It would be traffic. And then now when someone cuts you off, you could just bring the horse right in the front and let the horse bless the hood of their car real quick.
Yeah, right? But yeah, the
Man,
OGs
that's
and the
crazy.
stories.
So
We need
yeah,
more of that.
so it's funny that, in the processing, so prior to doing in processing this your history, prior to doing what you do, um is it just something that you fell into, like wanting to do, say, Clubhouse as a way of growing YouTube, or was Clubhouse an accident? Like, how did you just decide to become the hostess of Clubhouse? Because you do it
Oh, how
so
did I
well.
become
Yeah.
I know it's weird, right? Because it's like a thing now when you see that little blue and pink Liz on a Clubhouse.
Yeah. I just want to know. Like,
How,
you just woke up one day
I
and go,
don't
you
know.
know what? I'm going to do this.
I honestly don't know how I don't know how it happened. I'm really grateful because I'm getting invited to like different things pretty consistently now, and we're getting some gifts to give for YouTube Ladies Night that we do on Clubhouse. So we're getting some things from TubeBuddy is giving us some things to give away, which I think is like one of the first rooms that is getting like, kind of connected with a brand with something to
Yes.
give to listeners.
Yes.
So that's a pretty massive big deal.
We
Man,
talked
I
about
just
that
jumped
last
on.
week, setting tripwires or places where you can kind of grow your brand, just by being in the room sometimes.
Yeah.
So TubeBuddy has figured out the engagement. I don't think a lot of other company has yet, but they're smart. So big ups to Rob and Judah.
Oh, TubeBuddy is amazing. Yeah, Robin Judah. Thank it's so many big ups to those guys, and everybody's been so supportive. I really just jumped onto Clubhouse. I opened a room. My first day on Clubhouse, I just opened a room because I was like, I got to figure out how this app works. And some of my community, so people who follow me on my YouTube channel, which is growing. I don't say small because I feel like that's bad energy. I say growing YouTube channel. They jumped into Clubhouse with me and they were like, hey, Liz, how's it going? And we were literally just chatting. And then who jumped in? Whitmore?
Roger Wakefield.
Wakefield. I'm so bad with
Yes.
names. Um, Roger Wakefield jumped in and we got to chat to him. And then it just kind of evolved from there that a bunch of people were jumping in. And I very quickly knew that my role was not to contribute in any way, shape, or form because, quite honestly, I feel like I do all the things wrong with my YouTube channel. Like it's not niched. It's none of the things. So I just knew that how I could add value to the people was by simply helping the people in a Clubhouse room. So, taking questions, thanking people for their questions, inviting the next person up, and really supporting the speakers who are bringing so much value and time, supporting them by just facilitating. Because that's
Genius.
hard to do. Like it's hard to manage the speakers and the hands and all of that.
So this is funny. Okay. It's like I knew this, but it's different hearing it coming from your face directly. So, this is brilliant, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you some credit right now. There's so many new tubers. That's my word. I don't know where that. It's not a real word, but it's a word. There's so many new
I like it.
tubers that struggle with how to make their mark and start to grow by creating their mark. Right now,
Yeah.
yes, truthfully, your channel's out of whack, but we're going to fix that today before
It's
you
out of
leave.
whack.
We're going to have this conversation, Liz. We're gonna fight about this. I love you so far, but we're going to fight about this because I did it wrong for 14 years. So
I
now
know.
I can speak about it from screwing it up so bad. But you found a position that no one was willing to take the mantle on, and you took it. And now the top tubers will bring you up to help run the room when those
Hmm.
long, obnoxious YouTube rooms get crazy. And you do it
Yeah.
so well. So now you're like known as you and Jeff, Clubhouse Jeff, who's Jeff Edinger, are famous for coming in and like helping folks run the room, especially if a lot of people are new. A lot of people don't know. A lot of the biggest YouTubers are brand new to Clubhouse. They don't even know. Benji Travis just signed up like 3 days ago. He's Ace Cool #1 in the entire YouTube spectrum, him and Daryl Eves. When Daryl and Mr.
Yeah.
Beast came on, they didn't know what they were doing. you know, but they're like, anybody know how to run this thing? Hey, I know how to do it. Okay, you run the room, and then we'll sit here and talk. So now they all know who's Liz, right? TubeBuddy guys come
Yeah.
in, they all know who's Liz. So your channel won't remain small for long. Let's get that started. And number two, see, people, I say this all the time, and I don't know if you guys hear me when I say this. Losers make excuses. No one wants to see my channel. My content is so niche. My market is saturated. Blah, 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 blah. Winners make it happen. Liz, like, I know nothing from nothing, but I'm going to go stand here and just use positivity and a smile, and I'm going to help these folks run this Clubhouse thing that I figured out. And then it's all, her brand is starting to grow as Clubhouse facilitator. And that, my friends, is...
I love it. I love it. I think, dang, I'm going to put it out there because this girl's into manifesting. I'm really into manifesting, Doc. Look.
Me too.
Look, I've been working on manifesting money, like cold, hard, random checks. And look at this. I got a random check. You see? 600 random check. Okay.
$600 for what?
I don't, my school refunded some fees, which is, who knew? But anyways, I love it. I mean, I don't love it. I kind of want to give the money back to them and tell them to use it for school. But regardless, we're manifesting. I really want to manifest and create that I can be with or one of the first people to become somewhat paid to moderate, like to moderate any rooms that are even outside my niche, but to just be like the Ryan Seacrest. Because
hey, there will be room for that, Liz. Let's just get it twisted right now. There will be room for that because, again, the bigger brands, TubeBuddy, yes. I saw Nomad phone cases. They jumped in, but a lot of big brands haven't even set up yet. And when they come, they won't know nothing. Here, we're going to do something real quick. We're going to bring in another person who is the queen. Oh, that's not the queen. That's another king. What's up? That messed me up real quick. Where did 3 Up go? Come on, Doc. You built this thing. You built this city. Hello, Dave. Wait, you're muted.
Am I
sir.
so delayed? Like when I dance to your music, am I like 30 seconds behind?
No, you're fine. It's fine. You know what it is? The guest feature in Ecamm purposely like degrades it a little bit so that way your machine doesn't work too hard and your machine can focus on sending the content to the stream. So you'll find on the stream, but not, you know. What are you using for your camera?
I'm using my MacBook Pro.
Oh, this is your built-in camera?
Yeah.
That's good. No, because a lot of people don't bother to set their lighting and everything correct for it. And then so it always has a certain look, but actually yours looks not like we all use mirrorless cameras. Like David and I are both using Sony's. I don't know why David called and then he's still sliding around the room, not ready.
Well, I'm going to fly you here to Canada and you can set me up with all my camera and all my live streaming stuff.
Oh, I'm definitely down to go to Canada. Because number one, I like saying A. Number two, I just want to eat poutine. We had one restaurant here that had it, and it's so freaking good. I don't know why everyone clowns about it. It's freaking delicious.
Yeah, poutine is life.
Oh, it's poutine. I thought you had to say it with a French accent.
I was not prepared to go live, Doc, so I had to,
Then what
now I'm ready.
Did you press the button?
Are we live? I don't know. You sent the link, and I just said, let me throw it in there.
Miss
Keep me in the green room.
Miss D.
I feel like I feel like I should pretend to be professional and be like, I've got my mic.
Oh no.
Wait,
no,
what is that camera you have in your hand?
This is my camera.
What does it say on the top? Nikon?
It's a Rebel.
Oh, yeah, Rebel. Oh, we can show you how to set that up. You can set that up to be your master camera, and then that gives you this swanky look that we have. And then, so you hang on in Let's Get Live community, and we will get you straight. And then you need to link up with India and Michelle and jump on Ladies Night, and then you will be completely inaugurated into the family. And then you'll be like, what the heck did I just do with my life? our family is absolutely incredible. Like, I can't tell you, Liz, the amount of energy and whippersnappers. That's why I say you and Michelle would get along fine because you guys are both hilarious. And the energy in our family is absolutely incredible. So,
I'm there.
Just jump in, just press
Adopt
buttons,
me.
have fun. And the other thing that's crazy, somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier. I think it was Mr. Morrell. He said he's loving the Canada thing because we had Kat on last week at Mulvihill, and she's also a fellow Canadian. So yeah, we're hanging in there. Miss D, you look a lot like David today.
I didn't know. I can jump out.
You can stay. You can stay if you want. So we're
Speaking
just
of
talking
Michelle,
with Liz
last
about.
night.
Yeah, I know she got in there. Speaking
Oh.
of now you made me mess it up. Now I forgot what I was saying.
Sorry.
So we were driving on the Clubhouse thing because one of the other things that you've done, Liz, which I think again is a super incredible, is now you're going to start to convert that brand into where you need to go, right? So
Yeah.
do you have a plan for that yet, or is it still like, stuck in the Liz head somewhere?
Well, I'm going to split my channel. So I think I'm going to do 2 channels because, I mean, obviously for niching reasons and all of that to make sense. I'm pretty big on, I know mindset and like journaling and meditation and all of those things. Like you kind of need to have something like that in your life. For story time, how I actually ended up becoming a YouTuber is because I spent about 2 years with like a dangerous level of depression and anxiety. And I actually had a hard time like stepping out of my shower because I was so frozen and paralyzed with my own anxiety. And I got myself out of that through like journaling and meditating and finding positive ways to believe in myself and love myself and all those things, which now here I am being Liz. So clearly it worked. So I do like to have, yeah. So I do like to have that kind of content. And right now my channel's been mixed. So I've got like YouTuber type content and mindset content. So I'm going to split it up. And then I somehow have to believe in myself that even though I'm a growing YouTube channel, I can still make YouTuber related content. And that's been really hard.
Yeah. So here's why I don't do that. My channel has now become YouTuber focused based on mindset. I am completely every day unscrewing people's mindset about YouTube while talking about the subject of YouTube. Because just like golf, YouTube is 90% mindset, 10% gear, and all that other stuff. I'm going to put that out there. I've been saying it since the beginning of December. I've been hammering away on my guys like, I can cover you on the gear. I can teach you how to set that T3 up in the second or whatever the TI, whatever you got, Canon. I can teach you how to set that up real quick. We will talk a lot of crap about it because we're kind of heavily Sony, but that's okay. In the process, though, we're going to be talking about the mindset. Like I'm getting in there. David, you did some meditation type stuff that you think was also mind changing too. I literally just wrote in my Panda planner as I'm setting up my February calendar for daily habit. I added to the top of my calendar, stretch and meditate. Because that's going to be what I'm adding to. Yeah. It's not going to start in February, but I'm making it intentional as of February. I started it yesterday. So talk to us real quick, Dave.
That makes me so happy.
Well, when you want some help,
tell people don't
you
call
let me know
when you're talking on my show.
That's my son. I'm gonna put it on do not disturb. Yeah. Meditation and meditation period changed my life. Oh,
yeah.
You got a tab open, or you turned off your what is that word called? Mix minus. When you guys were playing around yesterday with the 5-hour stream.
No, it's mix minus is on. Meditation changed my life. It literally changed my life for the better. It gave me one thing that it did for me without diving deep into meditation and mindfulness is that it gave me so much clarity and creativity that it totally changed my business as well. Once I started to be able to slow down and focus on, myself and regulating my own emotions and stuff, I started to realize that on a professional level, my business started to kind of explode and stuff because my creativity was back, which I think has been stifled for a while. So I'm with you. I'm with Liz. meditation and is going to change your life, brother. It will.
Mhm.
But
It
Chocolate
will.
Twist Yoga, Carly said, I know a really good place to stretch. Thank you. Yes, because she
Yeah.
teaches yoga. She's in our group too, Liz. So, dude, this makes
Beautiful
me so
picture.
happy. Liz, look, Clubhouse is
Hi,
coming to the
Viper.
show. Viper.
Hi,
Yo,
Viper.
Viper is in the building.
Virtual hug for Viper.
Yes. Dude, I really appreciate you showing up today because, like, man, like we talk a lot on Clubhouse, but haven't had a chance to have you here. So welcome, Mr. Viper. Everybody say what's up to Mr. Viper. He is
What's up, Mr.
absolutely
Viper?
incredible. We do fantastic rooms. So, Liz, here's what I want you to do. Seriously, on your channel, I don't want you to break up your meditation stuff and your mindset stuff away from YouTubers. I want you to show YouTubers how they can blend the two. Because
you think?
when you start your mission on YouTube with intentionality, that comes from the mindset section. When
I
you
like
start
that.
your
Where's
channel
my notebook?
from meditation. Don't worry, you can watch replay and then type replay squad. Hello. So
yeah.
okay, wait, just to show you, okay, guys, do not embarrass me. We're going to, everyone get your hands ready. Everyone that's ready to chat, ready to type. It's going to probably come about 45 seconds after I ask the question. But in Let's Get Live community, what is the manifestation thing that we all say to ourselves every day in the mirror? Let it fly on the count of 3. Put it in there. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to wait. Just to show you.
No, we're gonna wait.
We manifest.
Anticlimactic a little.
We do lots of manifesting around here because I think it's important. As soon as you can tell yourself this every day, as soon as you can look in the mirror and tell yourself every day what we say to ourselves in Let's Get Live community, then you will start to do your channel with, there we go, with a certain modicum of intentionality. And Ms. D comes in. We say to ourselves every day, I am a creator. Look, there will be tons of these in the chat because everybody knows. That is our rule around here. Look yourself in the face, get in the mirror every day and say, Ore wa creator non desu kedo, or however Kim would say it. You know what I mean? Look, boom, everyone's here. Gloss up, another amazing creator. Like that's just what we teach. So I know for a fact, because of my crew, my family, that is the Let's Get Live family, that you can definitely teach what you want to teach about YouTube, but you can do it from the mindset standpoint. Because honestly, not a lot of the other big guys do it, because our version of teaching that, some people can think it seems foo-foo. So I'll let them think all the foof you want. While you foofing, I'm manifesting. English is my second language. And then the other thing that we say to ourselves in the Let's Get Live community is this, Liz.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. You are awesome.
So good.
That's what we do. We say that a lot because of Coach Frenchie. Another Canadian. Man, these Canadian guys are infiltrating
The
my
Canadians,
group.
man.
I'm gonna have to get a stronger border. No, so it's a thing. Like, it's very important, and I believe that just my crew starting to do this, and it's just, I'm putting everybody there.
I love
because
it.
It's important. Just by starting this alone, we have seen growth amongst member in the group, but it also allows us to check on each other and see how each other's doing. And you're right. I got you, James. I didn't see your comment first, but he got it. With the side of you are awesome.
You are awesome.
With a big side of you are awesome, like extra gravy on it, bro. Like, it's super funny. So, talk to me a little bit more about, say, I talk about the journaling impact for me. Like, I use Rocketbook journals and I take pictures of it, erase it and start again. But the journaling impact for me is also big. Is that something that you also do, Liz?
Yeah, I journal every single morning.
Okay,
every single morning.
Do you use writing prompts, or you just got it in there and you let it out?
And I don't know if this is the same for you in your meditation. And I have to I actually nickname everybody because I'm so bad with names. So forgive
Yo!
me.
Whoa! You're not going to
Yeah.
believe this. You're not going to believe this. Almost nobody in Let's Get Live community gets called by their real name. Why? Because Doc makes up names for everybody. Why? Because Doc doesn't want to forget your name. So almost everyone in the group has something other than their name comes out of my face. It just is what it is.
I found my people.
Oh, yeah, that is so funny.
But I don't know if it's the same. The gentleman that is below me, I don't know where he is on your screen.
David, yes,
Yeah,
he's below you.
David.
But
David.
He's Blackman. Because it's a joke.
All right.
With his last name, but we did a stream one day where there's him, myself, my brother Fulgens, and my brother J.R. Riley. We're all on. We look like a law firm. Blackman, 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 and Blackman.
I like it.
It's my last name. My last name is Blackman.
So that became the joke.
Okay. Is it the same for you when you're meditating? I find when I meditate, I get I don't even know how to explain it, like a supercharge of knowledge, like a super impression of what to say or what to do or what to think or whatever. And so then I journal sort of through that inspiration. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, I journal a little bit differently. I've always struggled with writing and even meditation and stuff. But when I started meditating, I became able to journal, and I do what I call an art journal. So I'll draw and I just write free flowing whatever comes. I mean, it's third grade level art, but it's awesome, and I connect with it and stuff. So it's more of a free flowing.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any rules to journaling. I mean, if you are watching this and you're like, I want to know about journaling, I do have some journaling techniques that I did make videos on because I think it's hard for people to get started. But I really focus on feeling the feelings that I want to manifest. And that's kind of what I focus on when I journal.
Oh yeah, that's when you put it like that, that's really what I do. I'm really big into manifestation and intentions and putting into the universe what it is that I want. And my life experiences, even before I knew that I was doing that, it was happening all along. So once I realized that I do have
You're
that
powerful.
power, so to speak, it was
That's
like,
right.
oh man, this is pretty badass. I can say badass on YouTube, right, Doc?
Yeah, you can. You're
We're
good.
gonna get strike.
Nah,
Okay,
I think badass is allowed in the YouTube annuals. I tag everything not for kids, but I think most brands can get down with badass. If any brands out there want to, sponsor the show, we're almost we're international, right? We have Canada. I can't even speak English because now that Kat's here, there's two of them. So we have Canada and we have Hawaii, which is its own separate kingdom, and then we have David in Oregon. So yeah, it's great. So when I did something crazy, or no, I don't know if it's crazy. I went and got the Calm app on the Black Friday special, just due to the fact that I'm too busy brained to do manifestation, but I like to correct my language whenever possible. So I want to take away that I'm too busy brain to meditate by just starting with something that will get me on the flow. And then hopefully I will be able to do self-guided, meditation. I do remember living in Japan and doing things like taking a quick stroll through the forest and getting to an edge, because where I lived was kind of the other mountain over from Fuji, but once you go through the forest, I could see Fuji. And so I would go to the clearing and just sit there and just look at the awe, which is the nature, which is I think why David dope, because he lives in Oregon, so you can go to the forest. I don't know, I love the forest, I love the mountains, here I could just go to the beach and stare at it. But when it's nice,
can we not talk about beaches for the girl who's trapped in Canada, at least until I can fly?
When it's nice and the waves are kicking, then I get stuck staring at the surfers instead of trying to be focused. I'm like, yo, dude, just caught a sick barrel. Wait, no, you're supposed to be thinking about what do you have to do for the business, you know? And then I'm a dude. Sorry, we have beautiful women here in Hawaii, so you'll see some
Oh yeah,
person
I
come
bet.
by on the surfboard, and I was like, dude, you're supposed to be focusing. So I can't go to the beach to do it right now. It's just too much to see. It'll be a boat or somebody with a parasail or something. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that, you know? So have you guys tried the Calm app or Headspace? And what is the other? Oh, Kat said, I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat a year ago. It was intense. Wait, Kat, you went somewhere and you couldn't talk for 10 days?
Damn.
For a live streamer?
It's pretty awesome, actually.
You did that?
I've done silent
Rican.
retreats
That's
before.
Impossible.
And they were, look, I'm the extrovert's extrovert. I'm a talker. And I didn't do 10 days. I did 4 days. And I got to tell you, it was profound. It was really, really profound. I didn't think I could do it, honestly. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But the way that it was set up was just, I don't know how to describe it. I was able to do it. And it was really, really cool.
You know, I could do it, but they'd have to have a lot of really yummy things to eat.
They do. Now, look, they feed you well. And, you know, when you're on, at least the one I went on. Yeah. The one that I went on, they fed you like a king and snacks and, you know, all the good stuff. So, yeah, we broke out singing bowls last night. We did a live stream just for fun, kind of Friday Night Live. And the host, Michelle, that Doc was talking about, had a singing bowl. And then I have singing bowls and stuff. And I went and grabbed them and started doing them on the live stream stuff. So they're making comments in there. It would fit this episode, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm playing it right now.
Both actually, my daughters use the Calm app. I just meditate, but it was amazing. The most amazing thing about journaling and meditating for me and making that part of my life and getting myself out of like depression and anxiety through that was watching my 14-year-old and my 10-year-old daughter become interested in meditation. And so they both have the Calm app and they listen to it every night on their own. Like I don't make them, they've just been inspired. So I think that is like, if you can get that in a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old, that sort of thinking, that's awesome.
That is serious right there. Like when I was 10, 14, there was like no thought of such a thing. It was about like, I don't know, capturing crawdads in the lake or something. I mean, in the creek or something.
Yeah, it's exactly that, right? So like my 14-year-old, you know, she'll go into a test and she knows now how to quiet herself and speak in positive affirmations to like empower herself, which is so cool. So cool.
Yeah. I hope I'm trying to engage my children into, you know, get them into meditation and stuff. And I'm hoping, because I now see clearly the huge benefit of it. You know, I'm hoping that they kind of go in and stuff. So they're not doing it on a regular basis, but if I ask them, they will sit with me.
You guys want my favorite technique? We do this in my little community that I have on YouTube. You guys want to try it?
Yes.
Sure.
With everybody? Okay, so everybody who's watching, because I know y'all are in the comments. All right. You got to kind of center yourself, get yourself feeling good and juicy and straight. So the energy light is going from top to bottom in a nice straight line. Then think of something you want, something you're trying to manifest, something you're trying to create. So for me, it's more time with Doc Rock on Clubhouse, we'll say. So I'm getting into the feeling of that. And then I repeat, I love hanging out with Doc Rock. I love hanging out with Doc Rock on Clubhouse. I love spending so much time with Doc Rock on Clubhouse. So I literally think of the thing that I want to get, and then I repeat all the things I love about having it over and over and over again. And are y'all feeling like excited all of a sudden?
Oh yeah, because I just like, well, I got drops that I can use when I, need to make a promo. I'm joking.
Yeah, totally.
I'm joking.
But it's funny how like you get so jazzed and so excited as soon as you start thinking about what you love.
That
like
is
even
true.
Doc, you start meditating, you could be saying, I love meditating.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is 100% true. I find that when you start to talk about something from an excited voice, you start to get excited and then it becomes easier. I talk about this when people say, oh man, like I don't really like the editing part. I'm like, don't say that. Just don't say it, because that editing part is part of the creator's journey. And even if you don't like it, don't voice it. Don't give voice to the drama, right?
Yeah, start
When
saying, I love
when
editing.
Suzanne
I
at
love
work is being I got nice words I won't say right now because Miss Eileen's in the chat. And when Suzanne at work is being one of those, don't give voice to it. You keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like even sometimes sharing that Suzanne is being a tea waffle to Liz, I am giving voice to Suzanne's tea waffleness.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So don't give voice to it. But you know what? I love ignoring the out of Suzanne's tea waffleness, and now I'm
Totally.
on.
I love that it doesn't bother me. I love that I don't even notice her energy.
Yes.
So I think that for me, I think you're taking that's like going 100 miles per hour in manifesting. Like because you're there, right? Like you love having more clients. You love, whatever it is. That's my superpower hack.
And Kat says, excited voice is my default state. I'm going to say this half jokingly. I'm going to tell you point blank. I say this half jokingly. One of my partners from the wood shop, my brother Andy, who I miss so much because he's at home. He went home because he had to get surgery done and it's free there. So it became something that I've talked to him about. I find, you notice United Statesians, all of our best comedians are from Canada. Why? They have a better disposition on life. Why? They're never stressed about getting sick because it's taken care of. So you don't spend time thinking about that. Taking that off the plate allows more energy to do other stuff. You can stress about something totally different. You can stress about whatever. But I swear to you, in my head, I believe you guys are just generally more positive, just like people in Japan are generally more positive because they're not sweating. If I get sick, it's going to break me.
No, the whole reason it's funny because I'm drinking Coke, which I never drink Coke, you guys. I'm like a green juice, like water girl, but I'm drinking Coke only because yesterday I was in the emergency room, which is why you didn't see me promoting all of our talk because I had
I thought you just didn't like me. It's okay.
They had to test my heart because there was a heart problem. So I had to get EKGs and all the things, x-rays and all of this stuff. And it doesn't cost us anything and it's so nice.
You know what's funny? And well, not funny, but peculiar. I did the same thing. I told the gang the other day, I went to the doctor because I was having this weird pain in my arm and it was causing my hand to tingle. And I knew better. I know it's the wrong side, but I just didn't want to take a chance because a while back I had a stroke. So I went in, the doctor checked it. He goes, no, first of all, ding dong, wrong side. I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that, but I wasn't going to take a chance. And then second of all, she goes, well, since you're here, let's just check anyway. And then she checked out my EKG and stuff and just told me to ease up on the cholesterol. And so I made steaks yesterday.
Hey, Doc, Liz, it was great meeting you. I'm going to jump out of here, let y'all continue your chat. I'm going to be watching y'all on YouTube, and I'm going to finish setting up this office. I'll see you in the after hours or whatever it is. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Find me on Instagram so I can see your channel and all that stuff.
Yes.
Awesome. Will do.
Aloha. Pieces. See, look, I just got to go like that. Bam! Look, that's when you get your show working correctly. Man, I really like the conversation about, like sort of stepping into this concept of manifesting, stepping into getting yourself ready, stepping into being mindful and intentful as you move along in your YouTube journey. I explained to someone recently, I made a video that my channel is growing because of our Clubhouse rooms, right? So when we're in our Clubhouse rooms and when Liz says, hey, make sure you follow all of the moderators and, the people up here on the panel, like people actually listen to you because my channel has grown almost 1,000 subscribers in the last month. But yet there's people still saying, oh, well, Clubhouse is such a time suck and it's a waste of time and whatever. And it's like, no, you just got to go in there again with intention. If you go in there to be If you go in there to waste time, yeah, that'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you go in there to learn valuable information, you are listening intently. You are listening for the gems.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I think, Liz, and you tell me your thoughts on this. I think many people listen to those gems. They listen to Roger, Daryl, Mr. B's, Pat Flynn, Sean Cannell, whoever's in there. They listen to them. These guys give them the gems, but that gem requires that they do some work, right? So when you pick up an amethyst out of the ground, it just looks like a rock. In order to make it look like that thing that, Michelle will have on her show, be like, yo, look at my amethyst. It goes really good with my leopard skin bracelet. Somebody has to sit there and chisel that sucker and sand it and polish it and work it down into the thing that becomes the ring that you run across all your fingers and your teeth. So I think people are absorbing those gems, but they don't do it because they see the work behind it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there's a lot, first off, like there's a lot coming at, especially newer YouTubers. I mean, I've been doing it for a year, and I mean, I know I've been doing it all wrong, like for the rules, but I'm totally okay with the fact that I've been doing it my way in some ways. I don't know, whatever. But there's a lot, like there is a lot of information. Because I remember when everybody was talking about, I think it was Brian G, and he was talking about cutting off the beginning of your YouTube video if it's like got a drop in traction right away. And then everybody in the comment section was like, well, I don't even know, like, where do I find that in my analytics? And how do I do that? And there's an editor on YouTube. So what I'm learning from Clubhouse is truly, like, how YouTube works. I know how YouTube works, like the analytics and the system of it all. But we're rare. Most people aren't spending the time to figure out all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. There's, I say, you may have heard me say this in the room. Don't watch YouTube, study YouTube. If you're there to be a YouTube creator, then you need to study YouTube. You can't just go in there and watch it and absorb entertainment. That becomes a time suck. You know what I mean?
And my favorite thing that Viper said one time, and I was like, dang, it made me so happy to hear him say this, was we're so I don't know, in general, it seems like there's this vibe of everybody wants to show up on YouTube and, their third video is going to go viral and they're going to have, 100,000 or 40,000 subscribers in the end of their third month. And if that's not happening, they're doing something wrong with their YouTube channel. And was like, those people are unicorns. And then it's and I just think it's okay. We're all going to grow. It's all going to happen. It's not a race. Yes, I would love to be at, 100,000 subscribers for sure. But I also know that for sure that's going to happen when I'm at a place where I'm ready. Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%. So I don't. One of the rooms I mentioned to someone because they were looking for, well, how do I get celebrities or so-and-so to jump on my channel in order to do some things, right? And I was like, you're not ready. I did that. I had made that mistake. I didn't do it on purpose. It was a complete accident. I had a celebrity basically prop up one of my videos and tell everybody it was the greatest thing since running water. That video now has almost 700,000 views on it. I got a lot of subscribers from it, but my channel wasn't ready. So when they came, they didn't see anything. So I watched the numbers fly, and then I watched them jump off the cliff right after because they came to a channel with nothing on it. So as a new tuber, less than 100 videos, you kind of sort of don't want people coming into your store. If you decided to open up a, Liz Bake Shop today and you got 3 cupcakes, how long before you fail? You need to have at least 100 cupcakes in there, and then it's a known quantity. Hey, there's 100 cakes in here. You got to come on the day so you can get them, because once they're gone, they're gone. And people
totally.
People, they don't think like that.
No. And then, okay, so let's take that. So somebody jumps on your channel, you got 3 videos, your third video pops off for whatever reason. It's just right place, right time. How much pressure do you then feel as a creator to keep up that momentum and keep up that steam, right? That would be, I mean, I was in the hospital yesterday for my heart, so I want to stay calm, but that would freak me out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So so yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy. And I knew nothing. Like, Doc, when I made my first video, I did not know how to get the video off of my Canon camera, which I heard somebody was ripping on my Canon, Diana, I
Oh,
think.
we all do.
I'm going to get a new
Mr. Riley is your fan. There's a couple of the Canaanites in our group, as we call them, but
I'm going to get a
we're
new
going to
camera,
burn you all
Diana,
at the
so you
stake.
can guide me with what I need to do. But I
Okay.
didn't know how to get my video off of my camera and onto my MacBook, let alone from my MacBook into iMovie and how to edit. Like, I had no freaking idea. Hey, you guys, this is Aldis, and
Hi,
she has a
Aldis.
YouTube channel called AAG Music, and she is teaching music piano lessons to the world and stepping into her light
Gorgeous.
and what she's going to do. We're so
Gorgeous.
good. Thanks,
Gorgeous.
Aldis.
Aldis, someone in the group, one of the moderators, Fulgens, whomever, will give you the link to come into the Let's Get Live group. We are a family of like-minded creators. And we help people grow their channels by, fellowship, love, teasing Canon people. and basically, yes, please jump in. We have some music folks in there. Mr. David Hunt, who's in the chat, is an incredible musician. Keith Pelzer, one of our buddies, is an incredible musician, Grammy and all. So yeah, if you love music and you're into like hanging out with a bunch of crazy folks, you can come in. And we are inviting our first Canucks. Let's see, Cat's in there, so you can come and hang out too if you want to be. And Liz is going to be in Let's Get Live too because we love Liz.
Yeah,
she's fun and energied. I can't even speak English today, Liz. You were breaking my face. So I was reading what all this said, and yeah, it's one of those things. If you really decide you want to do this, like you don't decide, hey, you know what? I'm really getting into this French cooking thing. Like I love it. So you go to, we have Williams and Sonoma or Sur La Table or some other stores. You go in there and you're not just browsing to browse, you're browsing for things that will help you with your Julia Chaz, right?
Yeah.
You're looking for the thing that you can cook a Duc à l'orange. Right? You're starting to, you know what I mean? You don't necessarily go to the candy making section because you said, right, I'm coming to learn French or Italian or Japanese, right? So right, you might walk, okay, if you're just going to the cookie store to go to the cookie store, you just go. But when you make a decision that I want to bless up on my grandmother's Hungarian recipes, now you're walking through there looking for the stew pot that is going to allow you to goulash properly.
Right.
That's because you have set an intention to do that. When you roll into Macy's because you got a new job, you're going to Macy's. I don't know what department stores are in Canada, but you're looking for business attire. So when you come to YouTube to become a YouTube creator, you need to think about it as I'm absorbing YouTube from a creator standpoint. I do love videos that just straight entertain me, but I cannot help but watch them through the lens of a creator.
Yeah. Well, and when and that's the thing, like, I don't know, I've only been on YouTube for a year. And when I started, I had no idea why I was even being called to YouTube, if I'm being real. Like, I knew I was being called to YouTube and I had no idea why. So, and then I realized one of the things that I can provide value with on YouTube is talking about growing a YouTube channel from like the perspective of somebody who's got, 200 and then 300 subscribers. And like at the same time, I've done analytics as a career with like major luxury brands. When I was a brand manager, we use a lot of analytics for sales. So like analytics for sales is analytics for sales. It doesn't matter if it's like YouTube customers or, designer handbag customers, right?
It's so funny that you say that.
Yeah, so I get that. Like I get that part of it. But yeah, so I'm just starting to figure out really, because it's like you say, like, I do think that there is space for somebody to be encouraging people to do YouTube, like it's analytics and it's mindset. Because if we can't get you to believe in yourself, we're never going to get you to grow your YouTube channel.
Correctly.
And like if we can't get you to believe you're wanted on YouTube and you're freaking wanted.
Correctly. I'm glad you figured it out, Liz. Okay, gang. So we are going to be here for Liz.
Here.
India,
Hello.
you have really small writing on your screen that we won't be able
Oh,
to
sorry.
see.
That's my bank stuff. Let me take it off. Oh, I bet. My
Now
bad.
she got me like now I'm trying
I
to
was like, I
fill
thought
out
she
I'm trying to figure out a loan. I'm trying to get a mortgage real quick
I
while
want to
I'm
buy
on
a
YouTube.
house in Hawaii. Maybe we should, Doc
Let's
Please
can check
do
do.
it
it.
out.
I
And
got
then
the financing. There you go.
India can
Yeah,
help
I like it.
originate your loan. So first of
There
all,
you go.
Aldous, thank you for being here. I know Aldous has to jump to go teach music, but man, please jump in the group and you
Thanks,
will
Aldous.
absolutely love it. We have so much fun. So you too, India. That's
What? Who's echoing? That's not me. Is that you again?
yeah, but it wasn't there before. What did I just do to India? Dang, that's crazy.
Made me little. He made me little.
It's
Little
probably me because
little
it's probably me and all my bad technology, you guys.
It's okay.
Oh, come
It's really
on.
minor, so we'll let it fly. So
It's gone. It's gone.
we as one of the things that we were speaking on is like how Liz was able to take Clubhouse and use it to prop up her brand, and now the brand is growing. So this is the perfect time, Liz, to let's get it really twisted on your channel. You know what I'm saying? So
Do it, guys, because I get it. Like the Liz brand is becoming. This is not created by me. I get it's being created by others, but yeah, even now I have people messaging me
your
like,
calling
"Hey,
is
can
your
you moderate
calling, Ma.
room?"
Your
Right.
calling is your calling, no matter what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had to drop, let's say we're gonna round robin this since my partner in crime, India, is here. For those of you guys who don't know India, she's my partner in crime. She is up and coming YouTuber, creator herself, professional.
Wait, we see India. India, you're on Clubhouse, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
I am
Yeah, I
on
see you
Clubhouse.
on
I'm one of
Clubhouse.
Doc's moderators. Yeah, I try to jump on. I'm not as focused on it as I should because I'm still doing mortgages, but I try to jump on and get my community. But
Don't
yeah, hi
worry.
Liz.
We will get you there. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
I recognize your face.
3 tips, Liz. We're going to ask you for 3 tips when it comes to, let's start from the audience perspective. 3 tips from the audience perspective. What would your tips be?
What do you mean? How to be a good audience member on Clubhouse?
Yeah. Like what can you use Clubhouse for to sort of grow yourself or grow your business or grow your intentions, say from the audience member standpoint. And then we'll flip it to running a room because no one runs the room like Liz B. Period. Let's just say.
Yeah.
It's just because I love you guys so much. It's
Thank
just because I love you guys so much that being of service makes me freaking crazy happy. Okay, so as the audience, what can you get from Clubhouse? Okay, I don't think there has been a platform to get direct, solid gold for what you need like Clubhouse. So like you can jump in a room, like a mortgage room. Like I could jump into a mortgage room, say like a first-time home buyer's mortgage tips. I could jump into that room and get those mortgage tips that I need, put up my hand, ask my question, speak to India, get my question answered. But even better than that, I'm going to fall in love with India in like half a hot second because she's in that room and I'm going to move forward and do business with her. And it's like, it's all the things. So from an audience member, I think everything you could ever want to learn about, there's room on it. And you get to meet people that you never would have met before. And you don't stay in the room if the person doesn't resonate with you, right? So as an audience member, like you're in the room, that person resonates, and it's done. So yeah, I think you're going to find people's problems getting solved faster and by the right person for them with more ease because of Clubhouse.
There you go. All right.
Yeah,
India?
and Doc already, it's funny you say that because Doc already kind of yelled at me because that's what Doc does. He's like my big brother. So Doc is my mentor, but he is like my big brother from another mother from New York. But that's what he said to me. He said, listen, get it together, start a Clubhouse room on financial literacy because I can talk about the different pieces, right, of financial literacy, and start a following.
I got you. Let's start that room. DM me.
Let's do it. All right, let's do it. We're going to do it this week.
Let's
make it happen. Yes. All right. Yeah, making connections happen. Hold on, because this is how we do things, Liz. That's how we do it here. That's what Doc was waiting for me to come on because we bring the heat.
See that? Very important. That's how you generate. People are like, well, how do you make a connection? Well, how do you do this? You just do it. Like seriously,
And
it
you
kind of
ask,
doesn't
right?
need an instruction manual.
Right.
That's right.
Mira, espérate. You're
Hey, Gloria.
overcomplicating simple
Right.
S. You're
Right.
overcomplicating simple S. Now, Liz, we're going to teach you a Clubhouse technique. You have to let it marinate. You are overcomplicating simple mess.
All right.
Let it
There you go.
marinate
So you
real
gotta let
quick.
it marinate for a second. Okay, so for me, from an audience perspective, number one, I do listen to Clubhouse passively, but I also am ready just in case something fire comes, right? If something fire comes, this is in my back pocket at all time. I can just notebook out, pen, write it down. I have it written down. If I don't have time to write it, I will pick up the watch and I will say it to the voice memos here on the watch, and then I'll listen to it at the end of the day.
Right.
I will then come back that night and look. I scroll through my notebook before I close the brains, right? Unless there's whiskey involved. So I write it down real quick, and then I put it on the calendar, because if it ain't on the calendar, it ain't real. Period.
Right.
Like if it's not on the calendar, it's not real. So
Right.
getting those bombs and not taking action on said bombs and coming in a room with me again 2 days later with the same boom question, I want to flick you off of Clubhouse.
Yeah.
There are people who have repeated the same question to panels that I am on in 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms, expecting a different answer. And they get the same answer every time. And yet I go, and I'm weird, I spy on their channel, and they still have not created another video.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think sometimes they're doing it though? Like, I wonder when I see the same people jump up all the time, if like they're doing that to get on stage and have a question. Do you know what I mean? I sometimes wonder about that.
No, I get that.
I think it's like kind of like an attention. I can't say the word on YouTube, but like just trying to like, hey,
you
look
can
at
say
me, notice
attention
me.
whore on my channel. I don't care. I'm gonna say attention.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
whore.
say. An attention whore, like, is that? Yeah, I think so. I think there are. You see, and it's true. I think that's a big part of it, right? Because people see the big names, and it's like, oh, I need again the attention whore. Whether it's Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin, right? Like again, it's let me come in because I want them to notice me. I want to be able to say I spoke to them. And it's like, and for me, right? Like for me, it's like, if I don't have anything of value to say, or if I don't have a real question, I'm going to listen, right? I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let it all marinate, but I'm not going to say anything because why? Like, because the first thing everybody's doing when you hear it, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Liz. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just like, I think people wonder because like people DM me and they're like, hey, can you bring me on stage with you? And can you do this? And can you do that? So I do think people wonder like, who the hell is this Liz chick? And why is she now in like a private chat with Nick Nimmin about freaking moderating rooms? Like what?
Right.
Well, because that's the key. Like Nick was brand new. He didn't know how to moderate a room. And Liz like, I know how to moderate a room. I can help you. Even though you know jack about YouTube. I'm going to say that out of love because we're going to fix that.
Well, and like you and I, my face, man. Like
you figured out Clubhouse moderation. So if you could jump in and help someone do that, that is impressive, and you're doing them a solid. We say here, I teach everyone in my crew, and they teach me, give value first. Be of service, right? We are multi-level givers here, right? The idea of me giving you value is I want you to turn right back around and flip it and give it back to someone else. We want to pass the value.
Well, I think that's why it works is because I just make it about the other people. Like how many rooms have you been in with me, Doc?
Right.
And nobody ever hears me talk about myself. I mean, I rarely do, unless there's some brand new newbie and I'm like, I got you, you're not alone. But yeah, I'm truly there to facilitate the easiness of the conversation for everybody else. And I think it makes everybody look so much more professional when you have, a hostess.
Right. And it's, I wanted to Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry. This
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to bring up.
Comment
Yep, I
got
was going
big.
to.
Oh,
I
Kim.
know. I was going to say, I know.
ooh.
That's what I was like. I didn't want to cut Liz off, but I'm like, Doc and I are chomping at the bit. Like, girl, first of all, I'm mentoring Kim.
Let me
so
move
I'm
this
gonna
out of the
get
way
her.
so that India can just get
I'm gonna
all up
get-
in you.
Yo, first of all, we already spoke about imposter syndrome. That's one. So we need to stop, all of us, with the imposter syndrome and stop saying that what is it? Let me look at that comment again. My problem is I don't have anything of value. Don't ever say that to any of us or anyone ever again.
And to yourself.
You have things, that's it. You have things of value, and it may not be relevant. So maybe think of it that way. Say, to this conversation, what I have to say is not necessarily relevant, because I can talk about mortgages all day, but when Diana's talking about YouTube, right? Like they don't link. However, what did Doc say? And now I'm going to take Liz up on her offer. We're going to start a room just for mortgages, because I have a lot of value. I need to make it relevant. So you are lucky that you are on the other side of the United States, because I would be getting you after this live stream.
No, she's at the top of the United States. India, ready? Hold on, watch. I'm going to show you the magic. Drum roll, please. Yeah!
Hey, who's that? I was just talking to her. That's why I came in late. We were just we planned this. We planned this, right, Gloria?
Yes, it's ladies' night. And wait.
I didn't even talk to Gloria about that. Gloria, I do ladies' night, and Liz. So we will talk one off, but I do ladies' night every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. So now that we're all friends, and it's the tone that I'm taking. Before it was for Vlogmas reviews. But the tone that I am taking now going forward is ladies' night of live streaming, where I want to put an emphasis on all women in content creation and live streaming, starters, professionals, everything in between. And we're just going to talk about challenges, having fun. So ladies, we going to do this. Thanks, Doc. Anyway. Anyway. Laura, did you come on to yell at Kim? Who else is going to yell at Kim? We need to just finish this.
We're going to yell at Kim.
I was a little multitasking, so my apologies. I only heard bits and pieces, so you'll have to catch me up. Why are we yelling?
Because Kim said, my problem is I don't have anything of value to add to most of these conversations. So I'm just listening. Yeah. And
thank you. Put that on the screen again.
It's going to cover you guys. It's going to cover you guys' faces. Hold on, because I didn't make room in this overlay.
Cover my face. I don't care, because I already said what I had to say. Cover my face, but we need to get that on the screen again.
Okay, but kombucha. When do I add anything of value when I'm on Clubhouse? Luria, you've been on Clubhouse with me where I'm just like lizzing. When do I add value? And I'm on there.
I'm just saying.
I am really, I have so much to say about this, but I'm really, I've seen this trend. I mean, I've seen it, of course, in 15 years of content creation in general. We all apologize, but I've seen it in mass in Clubhouse. Every time somebody gets up to speak, they're like, well, I don't really have that much experience about this. But then they kind of move on. It's apologizing for what we do know and what we have to share. And we really need to stop that.
Yes.
Because it does no one any good. It first of all doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do the people listening to you any good, because now they're thinking about how much you don't have to offer versus what you do have to offer. So they're not really listening to you, And so every single person in this world has something valuable to offer. And kombucha, I've heard you speak up in Clubhouse, and you do. So get over yourself. In the most loving way possible.
Right. Well, I mean, and I still get out there and show up, though, knowing that, when I'm standing in a room with you, Luria, and Doc Rock, and the Nimmons are there, I know my role, but I think you can still be of value. How I bring value is just facilitating, I guess. Yeah. I think it makes you guys look so much more professional when you have somebody helping you.
Yeah,
Right.
because then they can
Community.
focus on what they need to focus on. They need
You
to
guys
focus
can
on
focus on
giving
what you're
that value
talking
to the
about.
new people who are trying to learn this side of the business, or the
Right.
hobby that becomes the all-encompassing part of life we all accidentally fell into.
Yeah.
But I also say, here's the one thing that you neophytes can bring to the room that you don't realize. You have, for whatever reason, the gall to speak up and ask the question that 80 people
Right.
down there want to ask, but they're afraid.
Yes.
Maybe they can't because it's noisy in their environment. Maybe they're at work. Maybe they're, somewhere, operating. You guys have heard me in the shop, like operating mad noise. And when that happens, when you have that, we about to break this jank. When you have that opportunity, then that's when it goes. All right, let's see. A good thing I planned for this. I don't know why, but talk about setting intentions and planning. And ladies' night with one fat dude. Here we go. Boom! Tough acting tenacity.
I knew it. Diana said, hold up. I need to talk to Kim real quick.
I was
Go
not.
ahead.
You know what? Yesterday,
ahead.
I deleted all of my eCam scenes. I just decided I was mad at it, and I was like, you know what? Delete. I do that.
Right.
I do
You're
that
hanging out
because
with the ladies.
no, it's funny. So I just say, bam,
Man
all your
over here.
eCam scenes out of here. This morning, right before I messaged Liz, I went in and I said, you know what? Since Alicio set these up for me, because I got tired of making stuff, and I was like, I'm busy right now, I got nothing to do. I was like, Alicio, boom, here's some money, go get me some overlays. And Alicio, I got you, bro, because that's what Alicio says always. I got you, bro. Boom. He sends me a link like 2 days later. And so I said, you know what? Today, since Liz is coming, I got to clean up my house, make it look neat. I'm going to bring out my new overlays. And I just so happened to set them up. And the last one I added is like, I'll probably never use the 5-up, but I should put it there anyway. You speak things into existence,
Gloria.
people. The crap
Gloria,
that you
what did
say.
you learn?
No, stop.
I've been
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get in for like
yeah.
the last 30 minutes. I have been trying to get in for like the last 30 minutes. It's something going on with my Google Chrome. It kept giving me an error. I said, well, I somehow had to just grab Mozilla Firefox real quick. So
Which
we're
is
having to
Chrome.
go
You know what
all
it is,
the way
is
into the EI.
Canon heard you say some heat and they sent a little bug to your Chrome.
Exactly.
Damn
They were not
Canonites
happy with
over
me.
here.
I feel like I'm breaking the mold here. I'm gonna hide my little.
Everybody
Thanks,
knows
sorry.
who you are anyway, LP. Like,
It's just like that was just on. I was like, wow, this doesn't look good, but your overlay looks fantastic.
Right.
no, so
It
again,
definitely
the
does.
primary thing that I'm showing today, folks, be careful. And this goes back to my sister Kim, because Kim, you know we love you, ma.
Right.
Be careful of what you say to yourself, because
Yes,
you
man.
speak these things
Yeah.
into existence. I decided today by accident, random last minute thought, you know what? I better put this 5-up just in case. And just by saying that out loud, because I talk to myself when I'm setting my stuff up, less mistakes. I know. I was like, Doc, you better make the 5-up just in case. And then I made it. And then boom, I'm here with 5 minutes of
so
fun.
excited.
Just ain't no, sorry. I have random, I have musical
Yes.
Tourette's, Loria. I'm
Gloria,
sorry.
you have 60 seconds. Go ahead with your question.
Look at Liz
Moderator.
moderating.
Pull to refresh.
Yeah,
Exactly.
PTR,
Pull to
PTR.
refresh. And then see that everybody's changed their icon to Doc's
I'll put the
image.
hostess bar up.
I want to
But
say something
to
about what
touch
Doc
on-
just said. Oh,
Okay,
go ahead.
go.
Yeah, for
Go,
sure.
LP.
No, go ahead, Luria. I'll come in after you.
Sorry, I just with what Doc was saying was, you can speak these things into existence, and it doesn't have to be woo-woo-y, but it's absolutely true. I a couple of years ago, 2 or 3, I can't remember now. I wrote on my whiteboard, and if you know me, you know how much I love my whiteboards. I wrote at the beginning of the year a list of like 5 people that I wanted to get in front of and work with, like Michael Hyatt, Amy Porterfield, Jeff Walker. Those were 3 of the people on my list. And that year, all 5 of those names came true. And I was able to work with them and get connected to them. Like, and it's a matter of seeing it. It's a matter of it being in your face. It's a matter of when you speak the things that you want, and when you pay attention to that, what happens is your brain starts to go to work to make that happen, because you've already decided that it's going to happen. So now your brain is just firing its things, its synapses. Is that the right word?
That's the right word.
It's just
Yeah.
I'm not a brain expert. And
Oh no,
it just
Kim,
goes
don't run
to
anywhere.
work to
Kimbucha,
make
you
that
sit yourself
happen.
still.
Yeah, she tried to run now.
You sit
She's like, oh,
You
she's
sit
like, oh
yourself
God.
still.
So,
Right.
Loria, we have a
Go
joke
for
in
it.
our community about Mrs. D because she's,
Yep.
she's a saintly person. She's very, in her spirituality, she's very comfortable with it. But don't get it twisted. She is a ear slicing saint. So if you say something left field,
Right. Hello.
the Peter in Miss D would just, what'd you say? I will cut your ear off
No.
and Jesus will put it back.
And there you go. That's it's all in the Bible. I'm just part
Right.
of that first half of it. So, but no, it's like so much of what you do in life is based around the beliefs that you have about yourself. And literally, if a stranger walked up to you and said the things that we sometimes have been okay with saying to ourselves, if a stranger said that, those would be fighting words. You'd be very much so offended in the way that it's said or whatever. But because it's coming from your own voice and your own mouth and you speaking to you about you, somehow, we've normalized that negativity. And so for Kim saying what she's saying about herself, and then like so much of, again, you have what you say. And the more you speak and saying what you're saying about yourself, you'll believe it, whether it's true or false. Your subconscious mind doesn't know. It doesn't have a morality, if you will, if in that sense. It only is known to say yes. So if you say you suck enough times, your subconscious mind will be like, all right, we'll keep working towards making sure that this is what's going to happen. And if you tell it the right thing that you want to do, all it's going to say is yes, we'll figure out the way of trying to make this happen. So if you consistently are feeding to your subconscious mind those same negative thoughts, those same patterns, even like when y'all talked about earlier in regards to meditation and getting that quiet time, that's extremely important because so many times what most people are feeding themselves is coming from external influences. So when you sit down and you get a chance to be quiet, you can figure out what actual self-talk, what self-inspired thoughts you're having for yourself so you know what you need to fix and what you don't. The problem is most people get in an environment where they actually start talking and what's on the inside of you comes out when you start talking from your belief system. Like your words expose you one way or the other. Yep. Talk long enough, your words are going to expose you. Be put in an environment, you start talking, those words will start to expose your belief systems about yourself and your capabilities. So even if you're at a place where in the moment you currently don't believe, one way to absolutely always fix that is to say, I'm in the process of. Even if you don't believe that I'm in the process of, ensures that, yes, I'm currently, that's just like saying every time we're going on a trip to say we're not going to California versus saying we're in the process of going to California. You may be crossing over Illinois. You may be crossing over, whatever other random state from wherever you're coming
I don't
from.
cross over
but
nothing
you're in
to
the
California.
process.
It's just water.
Exactly, Doc. We know.
You
know what?
No.
Always got to be bougie. Always got to be bougie, Doc. So, but that's the thing. It's like what you set your GPS and your destination to say, and you just say, I'm going there. Every other thought, talk, and everything that you say when somebody calls you, what are you doing? I'm on my way to. So when it comes to your belief systems about yourself, you don't need to say the where you are. It's just like, well, I'm stuck at a stop sign. Oh, this hill is getting the best of me. It's just like, no, I'm currently on my way to, but at this current moment, I'm waiting for traffic to clear up. I'm waiting for this to, so if you think about the belief that you have simply around traveling around just the city, think that same way when you're traveling for a mindset shift that you want, a certain kind of income that you want, a certain kind of relationship status that you want, or whatever it may be. And, it honestly doesn't matter what you believe in. It's just some laws and principles of how the world operates are just true, in fact, and how you say and what you speak about yourself and your belief systems are absolutely that.
100%. And this is true. Wait, let's give you one of these. And one of these.
You are awesome.
It's very important.
I literally just want to be a fly on Diane as well for like the rest of my life.
I know.
Hey, this is where it happens, and this is what I'm saying. So, we're passing around tips from an audience member in Clubhouse, when you're there to absorb, right? And I'm going to have Diana and Loria add on their tips because we did. And then I want to get into tips from, say, a moderator standpoint, or even something that David just popped up, because I've been saying this to people for a hot minute. Clubhouse is still small, bro. It just exploded in the last month, and it was one of these kind of explosions. Boom. But the real explosion, boom! It ain't happened yet because there's no Droid users yet. Right?
That's true, though.
Chichai no bakahatsu dake yo. Imakara wa chichai no bakahatsu. Like, it hasn't been a full-on explosion yet. When the big explosion comes, you're going to have to be even more ready. So if you are a small business, right, and your small business is, designing websites, make a room now. Small.
Oh, we're going to.
Starting
India's gonna
web
blow
designers,
up with her.
right?
Girl,
India, your financial freedom room. You should have applied for that. Bad word. You should have applied for that weeks ago, because it takes them time before they get busy trying to accept rooms. When I told you to apply for that room January 2nd, no, I know me now. Bad word. January 2nd, I said, I got it in my book, so trust me, it's in my journal. January 2nd, India, apply for your freaking financial literacy room. Okay.
We told you this.
But you haven't done so. You would have had it approved. You would have had it approved by now.
How did this?
India's income strategies.
This had to do with you making the pioneer migration up and down to 95. Don't play with me. I'm old, but I remember everything, Mom. Hold up, okay? So
don't get it twisted, he said.
If you would have already been approved. You might not have had to do your room yet, but what happens is before it explodes, right? Tomorrow. Okay, let's all right. This is purely hypothetical, but this is why you have to be ready. Gang, same thing I say to you about your channel. If Loria came on right now and said, hey, you know what? I absolutely love Liz, I want everybody in live streaming pros community to go follow Liz. Liz would be like, oh, great. I'm all of a sudden going to get like 20,000 new followers, and they're going to get to Liz's page, and they're going to be like, ain't S over here. So don't ask for Nick or Benji or Daryl to pump up your channel when you don't even have 100 pieces of content yet. No one wants to see your empty closet talking about wardrobe. Let's just.
So I just want to say about the Android thing. I don't know if you saw this, but Michael Stelzner, found
he was hiring for an engineer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that wasn't Michael who found it. That's how I found how I saw it. Okay. Well, I didn't know. I thought it was breaking news. Never mind. I'll just go back to my
I think it's still. Go ahead and announce it anyway, because I think
we're nerds, Loria, so we know. But
exactly.
I'm just going to sip on this too, buddy.
We know.
Yeah, true. So a developer posting was made to hire an Android developer for Clubhouse. So that is coming, but I'm surprised they already haven't hired somebody. So it'll probably be a little while, but it's still coming.
Still be ready. So the point is, if you're like David, go apply for this WordPress room right now. He's not a small business. He's a massive WordPress business, but still not the point. Brands, David, brands are not on YouTube yet. I mean, YouTube.
Exactly.
Brands are not on Clubhouse yet. I saw Nomad Cases and TubeBuddy. That's the only two brands that I've seen so far.
That's still an accurate statement about YouTube as well, because just because they have an account and they post some stuff about their company still doesn't mean they do a good job. But that's the thing. Here's the thing. They can even hold the account name. They can hold a handle. They can start a club for all who knows what. But the thing is, it's like the presence that you have and the personability on Clubhouse is what is going to sell the show. And I don't mean like sell your products and get up there and waste people's time, but in a point to where it actually matters. Like you're actually making real connects. People know Judah and Rob because Judah and Rob are representing TubeBuddy, but they're also still in their own personal capacity representing themselves. But that is how a brand is supposed to show up. Just if CNBC or whoever else show up tomorrow, okay, are you just present, or are you really showing up? It's a huge, huge difference.
Absolutely. So, okay, here's an idea. Here's an idea. Now, India, this works for you. David, this works for you. All of you guys thinking about building your rooms, do it now. Loria, I don't have
You
to give
mean
you.
club
I don't
though,
have to.
not room, right?
Right, I was
You
gonna
mean
say a
club.
I mean
club, right.
clubs. I mean clubs.
A club,
You need to run
right,
three
yeah,
rooms.
I
You
got
need to run
got
3
you.
rooms anyway. So just
Right.
do the room, even if it's only 5 of y'all there, until your 3
Right.
is covered, so that you can
Right.
get your club. But
Yeah.
Loria, I don't have to give you business advice, but as a fan of both products I'm about to speak of, I think I want you to do this. Just try it, see what happens.
I know.
Listen,
I was waiting for this bashing.
hold on, check this out. No, you don't. You don't even know, because I'm a different kind of cat. Here we go. My favorite brand in the world outside of Apple right now happens to be Adidas. Adidas is in Montgomery Park. Literally, I'm going to just random guess, less than 10 miles away from my homie. I want you to go over there and be like, there's not even an Adidas presence on CH. Let me show you how to set up a room. Then you reach into your Adidas influencers, the hip hop guys, the tennis guys, the soccer football guys, the football guys, the basketball guys. Just ask them to come in and run these half an hour rooms once in a while, just so that Adidas fans can talk back to their people. I want the new brand people that are talking about the new NMDs that are dropping, come in and discuss the engineering that you put into these brand new NMDs. Let people talk about it. Let people come and suggest you colorways. Let people come and suggest you what you can do with Ultra Boost. And the first big brand to be on CH, as facilitated by Liz and Loria, now Adidas is actually running monthly rooms on CH before any brands get there. And that you could probably hop on a bike and you can hop on a bike and ride over there. You can hop on a bike and ride over there.
Let's get it.
I got there because I lived so close. Apparently, I didn't even know I lived so close to it. I didn't know Adidas was here. But
girl, let me get you into the employee store. 50% off into the employee store every time I am in Rip City. 2 things happen when I go to Rip City. I go to Pips Donuts because Voodoo's way overrated, absolute BS. The second thing I do is go to the Adidas store and buy about $1,000 worth of gear, because there's $2,000 worth of gear technically.
Wow, that's a lot. But I will consider it. Are employees still at Adidas at the moment? Like working at the office?
But I'm just saying, like, that's an example that
No,
all
I
of
know.
the people,
It's a
that all of
perfect
the
example,
people with
too.
all of their people with their businesses still haven't figured out what to do. And again, I know Stephanie and Rob guys had a great room yesterday talking about it, but I'm like, bro, this is your chance to get in with those big brands that everybody wants to get in, because Liz is a excellent facilitator. Liz, if you were Flip, sorry, I have weird problems. I would have already written the ebook of how to become a successful paid moderator on Clubhouse.
Well, I haven't been paid yet, you guys. I haven't gotten
Yet.
but I'm
You are in the
committed.
process
You're
of
in the
receiving
process
your first
of
payment.
I
Receiving your
am
first
committed
payment.
to making it happen.
Right.
I'll pay you $1.
There you go. Now you're paid.
There you go.
There you
See?
go. There you go.
Liz,
Paid is
if
paid.
you set up, if you set up your buy me a coffee, you will be paid by this afternoon.
Exactly.
Yep.
You can say, I'm moderating these rooms for these folks, whatever.
Should
My
I
name is
do
Liz,
it,
blah, blah, blah.
guys, for moderating?
Your buy me a coffee should have been set up before you and I even had this conversation.
Like, they're just
Wait a
quiet
minute.
It still
over here.
can. It still can be
This is
though. It literally takes 5 minutes. It can be.
Hold on, ladies, real quick. I'm sorry to disappear, you guys. This right here, Liz, is buy me a coffee. Okay, I will send you my referral link just because they pay me $5 to send it to you. I'll be straight up about that. But you come in here, you type in here, Liz Brousseau. I probably wouldn't write Brousseau because I know how to spell it without looking, but most people cannot. Anyway, you go in here and you say, hey, I'm on a journey to show people how to become good moderators with Clubhouse. I want to give you my Clubhouse tips book. I want to show you how to be a good listener, how you can learn, whatever. You put it on there. You can even set up a Zoom call down here and be like, today I have a Zoom call in about 2 hours that everyone's going to come in and we're just going to shoot and, talk about business. So you can put that down here. You can set up, and literally within 5 minutes by next week, you can be having a Zoom call. And for the rest of you guys that didn't do your homework, don't forget, we have a Zoom call today at 11 a.m. So bring your notebooks and get ready, because we're going to talk about what we just talked about today. Now let me go back to my lovely panel of geniuses.
That's in 31 minutes.
If y'all
'cause
don't
it's not
know,
11
if
a.m.
y'all don't
We
know,
right,
No,
we
it's
Doc
don't
is
all live in
9:29
extremely
Hawaii.
here.
excited.
It's 9:29.
Right. If y'all don't know, Doc is extremely excited right now. That's why the stream jumped to high octane times 12,
Right,
plus the King
right.
Tutankhamun 1800 alcohol that he usually
This is
has in a whiskey
cinnamon
cup.
tea. Cinnamon
Allegedly.
tea.
Right,
I
right,
know,
Allegedly.
but I'm
right,
over here
right.
trying to
Allegedly.
calm.
Sure, it can be cinnamon tea with a little bit of vodka in there or something.
Thank you, Luria.
Gloria?
See, Luria is not here for
Gloria,
the
when I come on
She-
your show, I behave-ish. I behave-ish.
allegedly. Still, allegedly.
I got a question. I'm going to put my hands in the room.
You put your hands up,
No, 2 seconds. Next Thursday for YouTube Ladies Night. I haven't quite worked out the details with TubeBuddy, but I have an email that I have to get back to. But I was busy with Doc and being in the hospital yesterday, so that sucked. Next Thursday for Ladies Night, guys.
Yeah.
TubeBuddy is giving us memberships to give away to the ladies in the audience. So who here wants the green star beside their name to moderate next Thursday, 4 p.m. Mountain?
I'm available.
Luria,
I'm available.
4 p.m. Mountain is
Diana,
3
you there?
p.m. to Diana.
I have one already, but yeah,
I'm the
let's make
time
it happen. Let's support the
translator.
community.
YouTube Ladies Night. It's
So,
just an open.
Wait, I'm
It's not
confused. Are you talking about Clubhouse or YouTube? Wait,
Yeah, it's a Clubhouse
on
room,
Clubhouse,
Clubhouse.
YouTube Ladies Night.
Clubhouse room, YouTube Ladies Night.
okay. Got it. Oh, okay. I heard YouTube and jumped to YouTube. Okay.
And I just do the hostess
Hey,
with the mostest thing and let you guys be awesome.
Let's do it.
I can't commit just yet because I have some pending things next week, and I don't know
she'll be at
when
Adidas.
when it's gonna. I'll be at Adidas, knocking down their door. But no, just ping me and I'll try. I'll definitely try.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I think we're
Yeah,
the
I'm
first.
clear that time. Liz, I got you.
Rob,
what time
you
is
are
that?
the man, sir. Rob, sir, you are the man. When that room
Yeah.
gets approved, your room will be pure
Right.
fire.
Oh,
Right?
Right.
You're as
Yes.
a Disney. My Japanese
Yes.
Disney friends are psycho. Like
can't
they go
even-
to
I can't
Disney
even close my
6
mouth
times.
about it.
Oh my goodness, you are going to kill
So
that room, sir.
for
wait,
Rob,
who said?
go ahead,
Go.
Luria.
No,
No, go ahead.
I went first last time.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm
Oh
telling
my
you, you
God.
can go now.
Fight.
I'm
Oh my God. What I was going to say was, Rob, if you get that, reach out to me because I would love to get Lou Mangello in that club. Like
And
he
don't
should,
work,
he
Dad.
should have I don't know if you guys know him, but he's like Disney person. He's got like 300-400 simultaneous viewers on his live streams and everything. He's the one who should have done that for the Disney Clubhouse. So I'm going to get on to him, but I'm also going to let him know that that's happening if you do get that approved.
I am going to
So,
do
Diana?
this for you real quick, Steve. It's actually you could do it from in the app, but I'll give you the link because it's faster.
And then
Not that
to
the application
follow
is
up-
faster; it's just faster to get there.
to follow up with for Rob, if you're doing a Disney room, I know one of the guys that does the podcast called Creating Disney Magic with Lee Cockrell. So if you want to get some more people in that for you, like that's specifically some Disney folks, depending on the what about it, just let me know and I can make that introduction for you. And then too, it may be awesome to get on that podcast upon the launch of that open. So just let me know.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, this is a Notion document. Big shots to
Yeah.
Cat Mulvihill, but apply for Clubhouse room link is coming through the chat now.
There you
I mean
go.
club. I keep
Yeah.
mixing these words up.
Clubhouse.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm in the process. I'm like, okay, hold on. I need to do it, but I need to pay attention to the
Yeah, it
group.
just takes
So I
a few-
screenshot
It just takes
and then
a
I'll
few
do it
seconds to
afterwards.
do the clip. Yeah, for those that aren't familiar, or if you have an Android and you're waiting for that to open up waiting for Clubhouse to open up for Android, the rooms, anybody can start a room. It doesn't matter. You can literally join same day and open up a room. And it, depending on who you are or who brought you on, sometimes people will bring you into a room to do like a welcome party of sorts. The club is to say, like, for example, there's the Let's Get Live Club. So when you log into Clubhouse, you can actually see all of the people that are a part of your club that are online. So if you start a room, it can be specifically under that clubhouse in public, or it could be private. So for example, I think the funnest things that we've done is when India is traveling. And I just love that idea overall. And it's like so much of what we do now is so soloed out.
Did we tell Loria what we
that
did?
when India
That was
was
so
traveling-
much fun.
No, we didn't tell Loria. We didn't tell
Oh
her
my
that.
God,
No.
LP.
Or Liz.
I'll let Ms. D finish and we'll
So
tell you
when-
what we did.
So
We
when
were
India
not at
was
the
driving-
cocktail table, Laura.
Yeah. When India was driving home, traveling, we'll just say that she's traveling because she's
Right,
on the road
driving,
and
yeah.
like on the road for like
Yeah.
5 hours or whatever. We opened up a Clubhouse room to where it was private for people that was in the Let's Get Live community. So we could help get India home safely and traveling back and forth. So we were like, okay, let us know when you get to your next pit stop or whatever. And so we talked the whole way through. And then like it got to the point
5
where we
hours,
were
the crew.
joking. Yeah, exactly. Every time. So when she gets there, she's like, okay, I'm in the driveway now. We're like, okay, guys. And then we hop off.
Right.
And then she'd be like, okay, I'm going to start the next room again at whenever, she's getting back on the road. And we would do it again. And it was nice because you can always rotate who comes in and who leaves. And then like got to the point we were playing around and joking and found all of these old Google images of Doc when he had a baby face. And and so we would change our profile pictures to Doc and then pull to refresh and see whose picture is updated to what.
That's awesome.
Yes.
It was horrible. They found the
It was
most
not horrible.
atrocious.
It was
They were
awesome.
pictures of me, and then I couldn't join in the fun because I have my phone right on the mount, so I just have it. I have my earpiece on, and I'm driving, right? And so then they're like, pull to refresh. So I would, reach over, pull to refresh, and then you see random. Diana has pictures of me with the real green screen, right? Like the actual green screen, and then Sammy, everybody's finding random pictures of me, and I'm like, all right, y'all are lucky. I'm driving.
And like go back to their old YouTube, oldest YouTube videos and get like a horrible screen grab and then save that as the profile picture. And then be like, okay, everybody, pull the refresh.
Right. At one point, everybody's picture was changed to Doc, and it was like generations of Doc throughout from when like he was like a teenager all the way to now. It was the funniest thing ever. Yes.
Goals.
Stream goals. That's a new hashtag. Have you?
Hello.
Is there a ladies of YouTube or women of YouTube Facebook group yet?
So
No, but
TubeBuddy actually has through Desiree.
I know about
Martinez,
Desiree,
They
yeah.
have a women. But so I think she applied for it. I don't think it's there yet, but if it is, it would be that one that I know of. That's the only one that I know of.
Yeah, I think number one, first of all, you guys definitely should get that club popping on Clubhouse, because there is some things that you guys get to talk about that don't happen to us. I do get random jacked up comments, but they're not lewd. They're just jacked up and racist.
Stalked?
Huh?
You don't get,
No,
you don't get stalked?
I get stalked by racist people or people that are like, with weird political opinions. And I'm like, brother, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make this easy for you. I will send you my address because I don't know if you should read my bio, but I'm a retired military, actually been to war. So please bring all of it and bring company. Because I'm just saying, you might either need an audience or you're gonna need a ride back home. So I welcome them, but I understand there is a different position when people come sideways at, like, say, females in the comment, right? Scary moment recently for one of our group members. Some dude, he left a slightly innocuous, "Hey, beautiful, we should get together" thing at her door. But the big brother in me was like, yo, if they let me get on a plane, I have about 200,000-300,000 Hawaiian miles. I would have been at her house the next day, sitting outside, but like, who that? Yeah. Come with it.
Wait, so somebody actually went to her house and left something on her door?
And left a
yeah.
It's a strangely wimp, like simpy ass, like love letter, but like that's not romantic, bro. In this day and age, that's creepy. The romantic way would have been
It was always creepy, by the way.
True that.
Not just
but
that.
the FTD guy, like a FTD guy come with the bouquet and a note that's different.
Yeah.
Still a little
Totally.
weird, but different. You know, that's more chivalrous than let me creep to your door and threaten your security by I moved like a G in silent in lasagna and came to your door and left a message and left. Now that scares me that says that you can show up at my door.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or I'm
looking
getting
at
in my
you,
car
I'm here
and then,
because if I was there and I seen
Yeah.
you creeping on the doorstep, the next sound you hear is, you're like, what was that?
Well,
Train sniper.
yeah.
Wait,
Bring it.
so I just applied for the club. I have
Thank you.
called it Building Generational Wealth, Profitability, and Equity. And the
Why don't you
standing
make
room
the
will be
title
called,
7 chapters?
Added.
because that's what I do, whatever. And then on
And
Mondays,
then,
the general room. Okay, so the general room is just Mortgage Mondays. And we're going to talk about mortgages on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard
Oh,
Time
yeah.
every Monday.
Yes.
Yes.
You're high five.
Yeah, I like-
let's
I like
get it,
that.
y'all.
Boom.
Lori, I don't know if you know, but they don't say high five. They say yurt or
Gloria
whatever
knows.
that is. But
Gloria,
I don't.
do it. She knows. Do it, Gloria.
We're,
Oh, God.
we're
Okay.
Don't
from
do it.
New
Don't
York,
do it.
girl. We're
Do
from
it.
New York.
Don't
You're-
do it.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
do
yes,
it.
India,
yes, do it.
India taught me
Do it.
this
Shut up,
morning.
Diana.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want to address this Gary.
Wait,
Gary.
wait, hold on. Let Loria do it. Hold on, let Loria do it. Go ahead,
Okay.
Loria, do
We
it.
All right.
gotta hear it. We gotta hear it.
You
You're
guys-
Yes. Yeah.
See,
There we
wait.
go. That was perfect. Yes.
See, wait. LP said that like a pure Pacific Northwestern. She said yurt
No, leave her
like
alone.
in the round tent. It's your
That's gonna be my new
no
thing.
T.
Yurt.
Just
Yurt.
yeah. That's better. That's
Yurt.
better. I think all
Yurt.
Pacific Northwestern people should say yurt because I think it's better. Anyway,
I
we're
like
gonna
that
listen.
one.
I had
We're gonna listen to
Yeah.
Gary because Gary came in the avatar with a suit. That means he's smart, and I like look at that smile. What an awesome avatar! I love big smiling avatars. Anyway, he says I
Nice.
love Clubhouse, but a lot of self promotion. You really have to sift through the room for substance, and that is true. And I want to say this in a way, Gary, that I want you to try to grab as much value as possible from. When I decided that I was going to start to use manifestation to heal, okay, I worked myself like a psycho when I worked at Apple. After a couple years in there, trying to be all things to everyone, I gave myself a stroke at like 41 years old, which was just insanity. And then in the hospital, a buddy of mine got me onto the whole manifestation stuff that Liz and I were talking about earlier on in the show. So when I go into the bookstore and I'm looking for books about manifestation, getting better, learning to meditate, learning to calm down, learning to take care of your health better, whatever, just like at Barnes and Nobles, there are tons of rubbish books out there with foo-foo business advice, and then there's gems. So you got to sort through them. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I tell all of my friends who think Clubhouse is a hot mess. Why, absolutely. In the middle of that hot mess is a filet mignon with a 1981 buttery Chardonnay from Rhum de Pont region of France, served with a lovely Caesar salad and comes with a creme brulee at the end. It's in there.
Alberta.
You gotta find
Alberta
it.
beef.
Huh?
Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it. That's
Yeah. So it's
whatever
unfortunate,
you're looking
Gary,
for,
but
you'll
please
find it.
don't let the hot mess turn you off of Clubhouse. It does exist. But if you want to find good rooms, just look for what Liz is hosting, because then they'll be good.
Well,
Like-
but this is what I was going to say. On to that point, like I think that you should get to use Clubhouse to do both things. Like India and her financial room that she's going to do. I am like all the way there for it. Like I know that she is going to help people live better lives by providing financial answers. And now if she's hosting her room, like if she's doing her room and she's like, I'm India and I'm awesome and I'm going to tell you why and I'm going to take all these questions,
Right.
it doesn't translate as well as if there's me there being like, I'm Liz. I love talking about finances and mortgages. And I'm so lucky to hang out with India. Who's the girl? I'm going to go this way. Are you on this side of my screen?
Yeah.
India.
There you go.
Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there's
Yeah.
like an elegance
Mhm.
that is
Right.
added
Well,
by
that's what we
having
talk about.
a hostess.
That's what That's what we talk about all the time, and I'm sure you guys spoke about it. I just missed it. Was, Doc and Diana always talk about community, right? It goes back to having that community and having that support, and then that's exactly what you're describing. And Doc did give us the advice, even if we wanted to start the room, and I think I supported him where I said, dude, if you're in the Let's Get Live, you want to start a room, just come in, put a post on Facebook, and that's what I did for my room. I said, Diana knew I was on the road, so Diana was like, India, let me know when you're ready. I said, cool, let me put a post in the Facebook group. So then I put a post in the Facebook group because people started coming in the room and was like, what is this room titled? Why is it said, let's get India home safe or whatever? But you tell your community, right? People were like, but anyway, to use your community, right? You use your community and say, guys, I want to start a room. You may not know about mortgages, but come in, I'll talk about it. And maybe you'll ask questions and then you get people in the group. Too. Yeah, I already gave them the answer. That's late. I already told them. I did mortgages.
See, look, but Liz can't help moderate. She's still moderating, right? She cannot help herself. She's still moderating. But you know what?
That's good. No, it's all good.
Speaking of which, Lim and Alicio, when Diana and India and I come to your guys' room, we still ain't got no wrench. I just want to throw that out there.
Right.
That is absolutely incredible. Like, I think the concept of, again, so Clubhouse for me is a fantastic way to grow community because it allows you a chance to talk with people in a way we don't normally get, right? So when LP is doing a stream, she can read the question and then she can comment. Sometimes because of typing and my typing sucks, like with both of you two, I'm pointing down and like you're on the side over here. Wait, Stephanie Lou says point that way. Okay,
I know, it's really hard. Gotta go
forward. Right. Dude, Liz, our friend Stephanie, she will point perfectly every time. Me, I'm always like trying to find it.
I'm a mess.
Loria
she also pets really nicely.
Yeah, she does that. Loria and Diana get comments coming at them so fast, but I have found with both of my friends here, if they get a typo, it's done because they're still good. Like they get stuck at the typo. Like, I don't know what that means. I'll talk about it later. And so they'll just pass right over it, right?
Yeah.
Because I can't read, I read typos perfectly, so it works for me. But it's funny. That's something that in the Clubhouse, like I found out, like I was rushing or I'm typing on my phone. I got 5 fingers. I'll say something to either of the two of them, and it'll come out twisted because I can't type. And then they won't get the gist of what I was saying, or they won't get the meaning of what I was saying. And then I broke their flow. So now I got to intentionally try to type slowly. Sometimes I'm driving, Loria. So this is where Clubhouse comes in, though.
What are you on that vodka with that cinnamon tea again?
It's that King Tutankhamun 1800.
It's funny because both of you guys will call me out and like, are you okay, Doc? And it's super funny. Like I left to myself. People in traffic are like, the dude's laughing by himself with the windows rolled up. That's weird. But the point is, in Clubhouse, it's easier for me to raise a hand and say, hey, guys, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think? And so Clubhouse is dope for that. It is dope vehicle. Yeah. And we have got it wired now where we plug this guy into the Rodecaster Pro with a TRRS cable and 2 R's, yes. And an iPhone adapter.
Like I do?
Yeah, so we talk with this.
I use this microphone.
Yeah, we talk with our pro microphones, and we have the ability. We have the ability to farm Clubhouse questions for content creation ideas.
Yep.
Let me say that again and let it marinate. We have the ability to farm Clubhouse questions for content creation ideas. So when you guys set up your room about WordPress, or you set up your room about financial independence, when you set up your room about ladies doing YouTube with intentionality, when someone like Kim steps to the stage and says, hey, Loria, I have a question. I'm trying to understand this about analytics and I don't really get it. You don't even have to stop to write down and say, hey, I should make a video about that or do a stream about that, because you have it recorded in your 256 gig card in the Rodecaster Pro equals 13 days of recording Clubhouse.
Exactly.
Dang. I'm just
Exactly.
Okay,
putting
who's
And that's
listening back to that one?
No, you just
but the thing is, it's like the thing is when you're doing, and that's the thing, it's like most people, even like the video I did for Vlogmas, I'm still getting comments on it around Clubhouse because if you're an entrepreneur, I'm like, you need to go grab your iPhone. I don't care about your loyalty to Android because at this point, it's something totally different happening that we haven't seen in a very long time on social platforms. People still in their feelings about that. And I'm like, if you're just a regular consumer, this doesn't apply to you, but they still comment or whatever. I'm not going to switch from no Android to, and like, okay, fine. But here's the thing. Here's the difference. It's like, so, and it's like, I've been friends and connected with Nick Nimmin and Daniel Batal and stuff like that. And then when I started a random morning room, the room wind up running for 3-something hours. And people can come on and ask very detailed questions. And some of all the channels that they probably are subscribed to, it's like we can answer their questions for them in a very detailed way. And so even with the Rodecaster Pro, it's a couple different things that you can do when you're talking about using it from a business aspect, or even if you're just using a recorder, it doesn't matter what the setup is. But since that's what the topic is, Rodecaster Pro, you can start stopping recording at a point where it's relevant, or you're like, oh, this is good. Or if you do like running a full recording, yeah, that's for the birds. But the Rodecaster Pro, most people don't know, is you can pause the recording. Yeah. And so you can hold down the record button, pause it, and then when something good comes up, you start recording again. So it's one continuous recording, or you can have snippets. I prefer just to have snippet clips, and then that way you can turn that into content or whatever. But it's like, if you, again, how you enter something dictates, like your intent dictates what you get out of it. So people, it's just people promoting stuff. If that's the room that you enter, that's the room that you'll get. That's just like saying, well, the internet's dirty because of porn. If that's the website you go to, that's the experience that you're going to get. So it's like, but if you go to an online course, I'm not going to pay attention to Doc raising his hand, but if you go to an online course, and you get some fire content, it's like if you go to an online course and that's the content that you're going to get, you can absolutely change your life. It's like, so it's like if the intent when you go to Clubhouse is to learn something, and who you follow dictates what rooms you're exposed to and your interest and stuff like that. So it's like, you got to curate this experience. And it's like, I run any social platform as like an octopus arm for a tentacle for my business. So should anything happen, what am I getting out of this? What am I giving to this? And, who can I help while I'm here? If your intent is just to hang out, have fun and whatever, cool. Your intent will dictate your experience. So whatever you're looking for, you're going to find it. But it's like, if you're trying to create content or use that as a way to kind of speed things up, add a little gasoline to the fire, Clubhouse is an excellent way to do that, even with it leading straight to consultation calls. That even like goes into strategies and stuff I work with clients with on curating their Instagram and the content that's there based on what's now becoming a social behavior of how people interact on Clubhouse. What's the norm? People want to put these whole life story paragraphs in their bio. Nobody's trying to go through all of that stuff. It's like if it's past 2 scrolls or something like that, and I can't see that Twitter or that Instagram handle, I'm leaving. It's not whatever I wanted. I don't want to know more.
I love watching the moderators who say that. The moderators that say, hey, listen, you're going to come up, you're going to give us a quick, brief background and get straight to your question. You have less than 30 seconds to ask your question. I love that because before, similar to what Gary was saying, you get people up, I'm Doc Rock and I've created like $60 million and blah, blah, blah. But my question is, how can I get more views on a YouTube video? Bro, if you created $60 million worth of income, then you go hire people that know how to do it and don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff don't match up for what people say and what is actually, and that's the thing. It's like, so if I'm doing, or if I'm even in a room, or if I'm invited, or whatever the case is, and somebody says something, if I go to your, and it's like, by the time I'm starting to answer that question, it's like, you can give the general advice, or I can look at your account and I'm like, well, I can see you got a random video about sewing. You got another random video about taking your kids to Family Dollar. And then you got another, it's like you got another random video. Yeah.
No.
Gloria, you missed it.
Off my random channel, you guys.
I did not.
Gloria, Judah shut down this conversation one day. This girl was going on and she was asking all these questions and it was super funny. It wasn't, it wasn't bad because, Judah's very nice, but he shut it down so eloquently. It was dope. He goes, well, it looks like you only created 3 videos, and the last one was
That's
6
2
months,
years.
6 months ago, or something like that. And it's like, so where are you intending to go with this? Because like, you know, the moderators have given you all the answers, and like, are you committed to doing this? Or are you just trying to see if you can make a quick buck? And if you are, that's okay. But it was funny because I don't think people realize that people, when you're asking that long question, you've given them time to go check.
Yes.
And oh my goodness.
Liz, we are not, this is not about you, Liz.
Right.
Oh,
That's okay. Liz, don't feel that way, because there was something else. There was something else. I don't know. Diana posted a video. We had just finished talking, I think, for Vlogmas the night before. And then Diana, I think, posted a video. She posted something, and I went straight back to the group chat, and I was like, well, why were you throwing shade at me? Like, I know I need to do better.
That video, that Vlogmas video about consistency. It was a couple of Vlogmas videos that came straight out of too many times. Like, this is coming straight out of Clubhouse. Yeah. I was like, because people are like, oh, I have consistency issues. Do you? Or are you just really not committed? Right. Because it sounds real cute to say, I'm building a business, I'm trying to build a brand, or I'm building my channel. It's like, do you, or do you just want to kind of be, it's fine if you want to be in the family and be around creators because you like the energy. That's cool. You don't have to fake the funk. Yeah. But to say like, oh, I got creator issues around consistency, and it's like, you don't have consistent issues. You really don't want it, apparently. It's like, consistency is based on commitment.
Don't want that smoke.
You really aren't committed. If you're not committed to what you're doing,
it's why fitness is a trillion-dollar industry.
Because I don't have any consistency. Like, it's really something I want to work on. But let me tell you, I can be like straight up truth, guys. I can be sitting down and being like, today I'm filming a video. Straight up truth. A water main will break at the Canadian National Forces base, and this girl is the one that has to like mobilize the heavy equipment.
Okay, that's fine, but like. Yeah, so everybody has
I know, right?
Hey, can I get comfortable? Loria, I want you to dig all up in that, but let me get comfortable real quick.
No, you know Loria's about to go in when she did the hand.
Loria goes in so nicely, and she goes like this, and when Loria goes like this, you are... Yo, that's the equivalent of us like this.
I need it, Loria. School me, girl.
Go, LP, go. Go, LP, go.
Okay, I'm going to start writing lines on the board.
India even left. So, what I was going to say is, okay, at what you just said, the fact that, okay, I'm planning to sit down and actually record this video, and something happens. Okay, every single person in this world has that something happen. Parents have kids crying, coming up to them, interrupting them. Somebody who has a text come through, somebody calls. Like, every single person has that happen. So when Diana says your consistency problem is not a lack of commitment, she means it. And the commitment comes in, okay, I have to deal with this. My shooting schedule is now changed, but it's not broken. It's changed, but it's not broken. So when I'm done fixing the problem or putting the fire out or fixing the water main, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be tired and exhausted, but I'm still going to do a jumping jack, put on some fancy music, their power music that makes me feel good, or whatever it is that you need to do for yourself to get back into the zone of content creation. And it may be midnight, but you're going to still do it.
Yeah. And I think I've given, it's true.
You can swap me back now, Doc.
No, good thing I know, because I'm like, no, because I need to work. I do consistency in putting up content, and consistency in the content I make is 1,000% why I'm not.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the thing is, commitment is not to say that. Here's the thing: you can be committed to a job and still take days off. You can be committed to your family and still not show up to the family event. So one event or one lack of not going to an event doesn't change the fact that you're a part of the family, or that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so consistency is built over time. But at the same time, to say I can't make a single day or a single event, and it's like putting that the date has changed or the time has changed. That's fine. That doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, I've messed up my consistency, because when you have the intent to consistently show up, it is okay to say, like yesterday, I had to do the Social Media Examiner's talk show. And usually my Friday live helpcast can go very long. It can go over 2.5 hours all the way up to 5 hours, and probably longer if I let them. So it's like, but the thing is, I told them on the community tab, I have this other thing. We can do a second live stream. And then I went live in the group even after that. But I'm like, we have 30 minutes hard stop today because this is what it is. However, I'm still going to show up. Yeah, everybody was like, I missed it. I can't believe it.
I came for my moderation. Right. Normally, I could take a shower and then slide in and do my little moderate. I was like, hey, where everybody at? I got my bike.
Stream was over.
Hey,
a hard 30 minutes. But I still this morning got a message saying, missed the live stream, but I'm so thankful for you consistently posting. That was like, they quoted something that I said or whatever. And it's like, so that's the thing. It's like delaying in something doesn't necessarily mean that you're not consistent. But if you have had, and that's the last point I'm going to say on this, and this is for anybody. If you have had in the past where maybe all of 2020, you had plans to do something and something happened as to the why or whatever, you can always fix that instantly by simply recommitting to something and starting new and forgetting all the rest of that. Yeah. It is A-okay if you miss the deadlines, you miss the moments, you miss the whatevers that you wanted to make ideally. That does not mean that those are failure points. It's just saying, you know what, I'm going to recommit to this and I can start fresh today and forgive myself of all of the stuff from behind. So it doesn't matter if something, I literally had an interview with this like wind up being a super dope podcast. As soon as we got ready to start recording, all the power in the building went out. So they just start working outside randomly on the electricity. And so, but the commitment was like, I'm committed to doing this, but I may not be able to do it today. Winded up being able to do it just a few hours delayed. But the thing is, though, is my commitment to being there or something broken because something happened? No. But at the same time, it's like the energy that you put towards it, the intent is like, I'm okay with recommitting to something should something happen. You're still in the process of growing your channel. You're still in the process of becoming a longer term content creator. But even if today is your day one, it's okay to forgive yourself of the previous day ones that you intended to start. Today is a new day and literally can say, I've recommitted to doing my channel. And here's the intent. Here's the GPS directions for moving forward.
You know what happens when you
in addition to what Diana's saying is that the commitment is all about priorities as well. So if you do have to move it to a different day rather than do it after the fire is over, then you also might need to have a change of priorities for that day. And you need to understand where your priorities lie. Is it in the content creation, or is it in checking your email? Or is it in, posting on Facebook? Or like, there are so many things we do in a day that are not top priority. And so you just need to really have a good talk with yourself about prioritization.
That's big.
I gotta say, here's what happens. You gotta be ready for the hiccups, man. Like, so one thing you can do whenever you have the opportunity to, I'm not a fan of this because I'm a very in the moment type of person, but I do understand why I should have one. This week was one of those weeks where I should have had one. I don't like to store canned videos and then just release them when I get busy. This week was a bad busy because I had to go to the doctor. I'm dealing with my parents, some things like that. But you know what? I'll just shoot one today after Zoom class. So some people say batch one and have it ready. I'm weird like that. But you got to be prepared that something crazy might happen, but also own it. And I don't want to scratch any wounds, so you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. I found it clinical for my homie over here to stay on mission. Something hiccup came up for her. She just came out to the people and was like, hey, we're stuff's popping, but I'm going to be here for you guys. Right. I'm going to ask you right now to give me some space to let me figure this out, but I'm going to stay on brand. I'm going to stay on mission. Right. This is LSP vibe. So LSP fam, if you guys are down, stay tight. If not, hey, cool. I still love you, but give me a chance to process my stuff, and I'll be back next week. Man, I'm getting soft over here. Over 50, you cry.
But that's what I was going to say.
I'll be back next week with my normal self, but give me a minute. Like, let me process my ish. and
Right.
whatever. And what happened in that moment, in that particular stream, the LSP community stepped up. It was like, hey girl, you do you, we got you. Like if you need to take time, take time. And she's like, no, I'm gonna stay. And we're like, no, take time, woman. I'm saying it to you now because you're here. And you're like, no, but I'll be here next week. And I'm like, no, take the freaking time. Let it absorb and get back to you, right? Be the you that you uniquely is. That was grammatically incorrect.
That's Doc's version. So, you know,
Right.
Luria says be uniquely. Doc said be uniquely who you is. So that's
be
Doc's. That's
uniquely
the
who you
Docism.
is, right? But my point is, it would have been very easy to cave in that and make excuses as to why she couldn't show up, but she showed up anyway. And I know it was hard because I lip quiver myself. So like I was like, okay, she's holding it tight and it's hurting to hold it tight. I wanted you to stop and just go in the corner and loose it out, you know, just squeeze Abby and be like, yo, I got this. But I appreciate that you put it out there to let the community tell you that, hey, we got you. You know what I'm saying? So both are right. You got to do what's you. I still, as a medical person here, I'm the doctor. I still want you to take a week and tell everybody, hey, I'll be back next week. I'm going to just go hang out with Abby and my sister and do some other stuff. That's what I want you to do.
I have done that in the past. There are specific reasons why that wasn't an option for me, you know, this time around. But yeah, there are two ways to go about that. And in either way is, like you said, totally fine.
I tend to dive back in because I find comfort in the work. I'm weird like that, and I've been told stop doing that. And I'm like, I know you. That's probably maybe clinically the right answer, but for me, I am. Remember the dude with the guitar and the donkey into the windmill? Yeah, I'm him. I got to just do that.
What?
Don Quixote. Sorry, it took me a minute. I processed things weirdly. I am full on Don Quixote. Like I would rather just get back up and ride back into that windmill head first with my horse and my guitar. You know, I was afraid of heights for the longest time. So when I joined the Army, I was like, hey, can I be a parachute guy? And they're like, yeah, we love people that are dumb enough to jump out of the sky and try to kill themselves. Because I didn't want to be afraid of heights. I thought it was a dumb thing to be afraid of, you know? So the way I attack it is rip the Band-Aid. You know, when people talk about their fear of camera, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on camera and make an absolute A out of myself to get over it. I was told by my family that I was shy, which is why I preach. There's no such thing as shy. Somebody taught you that mess. When I got away from them, the first thing I did was apply to become an intern in radio. Within 6 months, I was a radio DJ. That turned into a 20-year-long career and a very profitable size of my income because I still MC parties, weddings, corporate events, whatever. But if I had to listen to the crap that my family told me I was shy, I wouldn't be talking to you 4 geniuses right now. Well, 3 geniuses in India. I love you, sis.
The hashtag in the group is India did it. Now you guys know it's just India did it. That's it. Whatever it is. India did it.
See, I knew it was too good to be true.
So,
right,
Liz,
exactly. You know
too
what's
good
coming.
To be true.
Hey, stop messing
I
around.
was just like, Doc is
Y'all
doing.
behave.
I'm
Let Liz
sitting
say
here
what
like
she's
Doc
going to
is doing.
say.
Oh, go ahead. I'm muted.
No, I was just saying this year I'm going to get, I mean, I started YouTube not knowing even why I was starting YouTube. It was like very spiritually guided for me. So this year I'm going to get consistent, and I hired a girl in my construction office, you guys. So lots of help.
Let's get it.
There you go.
And make it
That's
happen this year, yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
because we have Zoom in like an hour, and I need to eat because I'm fat and cranky. Let's round robin it real quick. You can close out with whatever you want to close out. I'm not even going to guide you on your closeout, but do your closeout. And I gotta say, first of all, before I do my closeout, which will be last because I'm the only boy here. LP, thank you for coming on my show. I feel blessed because, I've been able to do your show a couple times. And I'm still down here in the cheap seats, but I'm working on it with intention. And I just appreciate that you thought it would be okay to come here.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I said with intention.
Go, girl.
Uh-oh. Damn. Hey, guys, I'm ducking. Peace out. 8 times.
Right. You just apologized. The first thing or one of the first things that we were talking about when I got on here is the need to not apologize or put yourself freaking down. You just did that. Doc, you are one of the most talented personalities that I've ever known. You're not whatever you said in the slums. Is that what you said? Just something like that?
In the cheap seats.
Cheap seats.
Okay. Yeah, you're not like
India.
You look at the
India's loving you yelling at me. So yeah, I would just take it. Oh, my bad.
Like I am honored to be able to show up. Thank you for inviting me. But like you are an incredible human being, an incredible host. You are fantastic at everything you do. So don't apologize for it.
Sorry, I take it back. Thank you, LP. I appreciate you for that. You know, and it is funny, gang, because I try to teach you guys not to do it, but trust me, I still say it. I say weird stuff to myself, and I'll catch myself. And like Miss Diana and I say it way meaner than her. But for most of us, if other people say to us the things we say to us, we would beat that ass in the alley.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I do it myself. Just so you know, I have proven that I am human. Ish.
Kai says praying mantis pose.
Yeah, Kai's my classmate from college, and he's one of the members of LGL crew. And so Kai can come and yell at me in person with our mask on. Love you, Kai. That's funny. Okay, who wants to start? Liz, since you're the brand new here, you start first. You close it out. Host this with the
What am I? Wait, I don't know what I'm doing.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. This is your platform, Ma.
Well, the rules of hockey and eating poutine are just kidding. Canada plus. No, honestly, I'm crazy grateful for everything that's been going on since I've gotten into the Clubhouse and have gotten to meet with like really amazing creators. And yeah, I'm just super freaking grateful. Like, I love it. I love hanging out with people. I love facilitating. I don't know. That's it.
Thank you. And we appreciate you because you definitely do a really wonderful job with the rooms, and, you know, keep it up. And, you know, honestly, seriously, think about, get your Buy Me a Coffee up, put together, we talk about Tripwire offers all the time. Put together an ebook about how to be a Clubhouse moderator or a Clubhouse hostess for the
I don't feel that good of a moderator yet. Don't worry.
I believe
imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Thank you. We all go through it. Trust me, I got it bad. But I'm trying my damnedest to get out of it. What's going to happen? You will get that first paid moderation room, even if it's for one of us. Okay, like we will find you a room. We have lots of friends in high places, and again, I think the big companies are coming. And maybe it's just even like sending emails out to them and say, hey, you got a product release? You probably should do it in Clubhouse. I'm really good at moderating. You don't have to know anything. All you need to do is be there with your talking points. Think of it as exhibition at CES or whatever trade show that they're into, but where people, your fans will actually be. So if you send it out to your email, tell people to jump on, and then I'll help you run the room. I see it coming for you in less than a month. I really believe it, Liz, because you are so good at what you do there.
I love it. I'm going to film a video, actually, guys, right after this on tips for like moderating and building rooms and like, I don't know, that stuff. If you guys got a tip, drop that I can add in there, I'll quote you.
Okay. And I will send you a link to the Zoom if you want to pop in and just peek. We just basically love each other and check on everyone's progress and keep them going. I stole that idea from Loria because I got to be in one of her rooms and it was dope. Okay, India.
Hello, beautiful people. Everybody knows me. So I'm India Delgado, the only India Delgado on YouTube. But, I think for me, what I will leave you with is definitely make sure you check us out on Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard on my YouTube channel. We are going to do Ladies Night of live streaming, a different group of women every Saturday. This week I have Sylvia Nixon, Nidra Dorsey Ali, and Vivian Carrasco from the Let's Get Live group. And next week I have Katie from Ecamm and Mary Lou, who does the shorts. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
She's so
But Mary Lou's hilarious. Oh my God. And then I told Mary Lou, I'm like, send me your most popular one so we can like talk about it. And she started sending me her most popular ones and I was just dying laughing.
She's dope.
So we're going to talk about that next week. She's hilarious. I connected with Loria today. So thank you, Loria. That was great. And I appreciate the community. Community is huge. I appreciate it. Oh, and Liz, we're going to moderate, right? We're going to do the rooms.
That's
and
right.
Diana, you know.
DM me on Insta. We'll set you up and I'll be your hostess.
Thank you,
Let's
Carmelita.
oh, wait, hold on. There
we go. Thank you, Carmelita, for the super shot. Carmelita, this is Carmen Sanchez. Where in the world is Carmen Sanchez? But I like to call her Carmelita because my little sister is also Carmen, and I call her Carmelita because she's my little Carmen. And so that's she's bomb. Thank you so much for that, Carmen. We appreciate you. Okay, Mrs. D, what you going to send them home with? Y'all better be ready. She comes fire.
I would just say, like, so many people get caught up in their own head about who they think that they are not versus who they can become. And the who you can become is far more greater, even like when you think about who you are now. And so that's fine to always be in the process of becoming that next best version of yourself. But if you keep saying who you're not, you're never going to get to the who you're going to become and who, honestly, the world needs you to show up and be. None of us are anyone specifically, so special other than we believe that in ourselves to some extent to just show up. And when you keep doing that, you never know who you'll be introduced to, again, what rooms you'll be in, not just on Clubhouse, what conversations, what communities be built. And then the people that are out there that literally, no matter how many people are in that field, niche, or industry, they literally they need to hear it from you. It's the way that you're going to describe something to them, the way that you're going to interact with them, the way that you're going to love on them and care about them. Not that other people won't, but it's something about you that needs to be there. And the more you keep discounting yourself, the more that you internally will be suffering from that. But those people are going to be honestly worse off because you're not showing up. And so if you just will commit to showing up for you and the who you're in the process of becoming, then the world by the end of 2021 will be just that much better because you showed up to be you and nobody else.
Damn.
Get it.
Wow.
Honestly.
You know what I'm saying? You know what they say, and this one goes to my brother Sammy, the young Jedi himself. You know what they say, Miss D? You are what you think you are. A superstar. Have no fear. Sorry, before we get
Stop with the falsetto.
Because I nailed it good, so the content strike would be like, that was the real song. No, that was just me goofing.
There you go.
Maria's like, what in the hell kind of hot mess did I roll into? Right. LP, Miss Lady Girl, send them out with a good one.
Well, I'm going to tack on to what Diana just said, because what I wanted to say was take a chance on people. So I'm going to give you two examples, but there's so many people out there saying they're experts at this and this and this and this, and you don't know who to pay attention to, or when you're trying to network on Clubhouse. And this is one of my favorite things about Clubhouse is that everybody's pretty much on an even playing field. Right. And I really would love for you to approach not only Clubhouse but life in general that way. And so when you are doing what Diane just said, which is showing up for who you are going to be and who you're working towards becoming, then other people are more likely to take a chance on you, right? And so India and I met today because there are a lot of people in the eCam community who talk about this and this and this and this. But I was like, I know India, like kind of seen her around, but I hadn't really connected with her. And I asked her for some help with Loopback. And so we got together on a call, and it's literally the only reason that I'm here today and being able to hang out with all of you awesome people, is that, you know, we were talking and hanging out, and she was teaching me the stuff I needed. And now I'm connected to an amazing person. And so I really appreciate that. And then, you know, Doc, I knew you around as well. And I was like, when I first asked you to come on the show, like I knew you were good, but I knew like a little bit of like Mac break and stuff like that, but I hadn't really seen you at your like highest level. Like, so whatever. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Something is telling me that I need to connect with Doc, and I think he's going to be awesome. But I hadn't really seen the videos that showed me you were awesome because of my bad clicking habits. Didn't hit the right stuff, right? And when you showed up on my show, I was like, mind blown. Like, this guy is amazing. So, and I say that not to like, I don't know, I don't want that to sound bad, but it was like, I felt like in the moment I was a little taking a chance on you, to invite you on my show and like that kind of stuff, and just connect with you at a larger scale. And I'm so glad that I did. And I don't know, that sounds vain to say.
No,
take
it's
a
not.
chance,
It is a true story. It's not vain at all.
It doesn't. Good. Okay. I just don't want that to come across badly, because I don't mean it that way at all. But yeah, like it's, and I can't tell you how many times I utter the word Doc to my team and behind the scenes, and how often we talk about you. So like, I'm always like, maybe we should invite him to do this and this and this and this and this. And I'm like, hold on. He's a busy man. Like, calm down. I want him on everything. You know what I mean? So
don't worry. I will move mountain, and then if I break the mountain, Liz can help me fix it. So don't worry. Like, if you need something, I'll be there to help you. You know, I mean, honestly, I come from a position of service, so yeah, I'll help you if you need something.
I know you do. Well, that's why I'm not asking you for all the things that I want to, because I know you will, and I'm not gonna eat up all your time. But it's it's so amazing when you do, you know, take a chance and you connect with people, and you approach life as, you know, not saying, well, I'm only going to work with that person if they have X amount of subscribers or whatever. Like, screw that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so
I
true.
mean, we got to get that message out to all the people growing.
No, and that's something that brands need to figure out. Brands need to figure out, dude, your fire and your fervent fans, your true advocators, the guys that are down there that will just scream your praises from the highest parts of the mountain, are lower down than you think, and people just pass over them. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's unfortunate we have weird hierarchies, but we just do. We're humans. We generate sometimes false hierarchies. Sometimes we generate false hierarchies for ourselves. I just did it 5 minutes ago, you know, so don't do that. You know what I mean? And to Lori's point, like, listen, you have a brand, you have an established thing. So yes, you do have to take a chance, but you know what she did? She took the chance. And worst case scenario, I would have been boring. But there's guys who you probably thought were, and I mean guys in the asexual sense, you may have had someone come on the show that you thought was going to be fire and energy because what they bring, and then they weren't like all the way there, and you're like, crap, like, oh God, what I'm going to do, right? But then you find weirdos like Mel and myself who are weird 24/7, and you're like, you know what? I can vibrate with those weird folks because even if they don't know what they're saying, whatever, they can still find a way to bring some value. So that is one of the key to success, people. Always put out your best, because you don't know who's watching, right? You don't know who's going to pick you up one day, right? I have met Leo myriad times at Macworld when I was writing for TUAW. And, you know, we've had drinks and stuff at Macworld, whatever. And then I've been to his studio when it was in Petaluma, sat down across from him. And then one day something came up and they needed a fill-in. And they were like, all of the tech writers that are quote unquote high level tech writers are all going to be at Apple. who else is on the list? And he goes, you know what? We should reach out to Doc because I know I used to talk to him all the time, you know, in macro conventions, whatever. He's a pretty outgoing guy. Let's reach out to him. And when I got that call, I was like, yo, Karsten says, hey, can you come in the show, cover for Renee? Because Renee's going to be at the Apple event. That first time was like 2 years ago. And I was like, me? You talking to me? Are you talking to me? And then I was like, you know, so decorum, yes, why certainly. Oh, sure, I can send over headshots, whatever you need. Okay, cool. I'll have my assistant send an email as soon as we're done. And they're like, okay, great, done. I was like, I don't even have an assistant. And I was just like, ah! I started screaming. And then Karen's like, what in the going on with you? Huh?
Right.
You know that show that I listen to like every week since like we've been dating and prior to even knowing you? You know that show, the Mac Break Weekly, and blah, 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 blah. And like 300 miles later, I was like, they asked me to be a guest on the show. And then she was like, what? And then, you know, I've been there like 5 or 6 times at this point. So you never know. So always put out your best. Don't think that you're coming from, I'm not there yet, because you might be there for the person that needs you when they find you. The person who watches your video when you're done, Liz, needed to find Liz when they found Liz. Right? When I found you on Clubhouse, I needed to find you when I found you. And I'm happy I did. And I am happy that I followed you on IG and said, you know what? This chick is fire. Let me reach out to her. And then you said, okay. And I was like, whoa. In my head, you were some big time person. In my head, you're still a big time person.
Right. I know.
To me,
Yes.
the only opinion of Liz that matters to me is my opinion of Liz. If someone came to me next week and says, Liz is crazy and blah, 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 I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why we jam. You know what I'm saying? Like people will come to me and be like, oh, so-and-so is a snake. And I'm like, then you know, cool. I'll snake right up, you know, shake the rattle, whatever. Because I vibrate with you. That's all that matters to me. Like no one's going to take, it sounds weird, and I don't mean this in a bad sense. No one's going to take you off the platform I put you at except me, because I feel like I can vibrate with you. India is straight family. We've been never met in meat space, but she's straight family. I love her so much. If somebody did something twisted to her, again, Hawaiian Miles, done. Pilot, I'll call Captain Smith. I need to get to the East Coast tomorrow. You flying Thursday? Yes, I'm flying Thursday. I would be there. Locked and loaded. Who's messing with India Delgado? Diana Gladney. Whatever. I'm in Portland.
Diana,
when I can travel, I'm in Portland twice a year. So when I come to Rip City,
confirm nor deny.
LP, we're going to Kawava. Let's get it.
Oh,
you know,
we are hanging hard when you get
you know what I'm
here.
saying?
So that sounds wrong. That sounds really wrong.
Again, your
Get it on
vibe
my side.
attracts your tribe. And I am so
Right.
blessed today to
Legit.
be blessed by these smart ladies to come on my show and talk to me. And you know what? There's a lot of cats that will be scared of that. I grew up with all sisters, so hey, it's my tribe right here. Like, I feel like singing Sister Sledge on the way out, but I don't want to get a content slap. So if you haven't had a chance to, Tommy, I'm sending you the link directly because for some reason Patron is being a punk. For those of you guys who are in the memberships, the Zoom call is popping and it is coming in like roughly a half an hour. I got just enough time to feed
I know.
my
I
face.
gotta go eat. I need to pick up some food.
I'll send you guys some stuff to that. And, you know, I am so blessed today to have Miss Liz. Make sure you follow her. You will find her in Clubhouse everywhere. I have her links and stuff. You can catch Liz. You jump in the group. Everybody will be there. India Delgado, Miss Diana Gladney, the Ear Slicing Saint, and Loria live streaming pros. Is your middle initial S? Because then it'd be kind of perfect.
I know, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll change it. It's not.
Let's just change it.
My middle name is Parina, so it's LPP, but which sound, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like in the red food for the, are you joking?
Oh my God. I got told. Did you
get
just say
clown for that
dog
as a
food?
kid?
Yes, everybody said that to me. Like
That's
the
right.
dog food.
Screw them, because all the people that was clowning, they're wishing they could be you right now. So screw them.
No, it's my grandmother's name. So
No, I know it must mean something good in Italian. My
I
Italian's
don't
not
know. I
that good.
actually never have looked at that
It
up.
sounds like
I need to
pure
look that up.
person or angelic or something.
Yeah, let's go with that.
In
We're all
India,
doing it right
in
now.
Spanish,
India's
India means
definitely
calm
working
and
there.
collective and strong of mind. So her parents misnamed her too. So is what it is.
I'm Googling it right now.
Sean, Sean means gift
Wait,
of
hold
God.
on.
My
What is it? What is
parents
it?
nailed it.
What is it, Maria?
Stop it.
Wow.
Gosh.
Way to be confident.
God.
I'm
Never
joking.
gonna live that one
Karina.
down, India.
Harina means
Huh?
made of stone.
Oh,
There you go.
See
Ooh,
that?
go ahead,
There you
girl.
go. The lady in the
Go
brick
ahead,
house
girl.
right there. Got it covered. All right, gang. I appreciate you
Yeah.
guys. Don't forget, we'll be here Tuesday. Tuesday, our guest is going to be Machete, Lola Kenton herself. So we're going to be doing that, and we'll see you guys in Clubhouse. And yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Man, this stream was so fire. I
Thank
almost hate to
you.
cut it off, but we have class. And it's
Yes,
not
you
college.
do.
I can't skip class anymore since I'm the teacher.
I'm jumping into Clubhouse right now
You're-
because I know there's people waiting for me. So if you guys want to get in Clubhouse,
Okay, I'll see you guys then. Love you guys. Peace out. Don't forget, we'll see you
Thank
again
you.
next week. Let me
Bye, guys.
Look,
Nose
wait,
vein.
we gotta play music out because we
Let's
have
get
to.
it.
My music isn't as cool as Gloria, but I
I'm
like
ready to
bossa
dance this
nova.
baby out.
It's coming. It's coming. And like one more refrain.
I respectfully decline to dance.
Put the vodka down. All right, love you guys. Peace out. Don't forget.
Bye, guys.